All right.
Out in New Orleans where the nights run wild, Joe, Jay, and Sean, three brothers with style. The city's alive with the music and dreams. We're rolling through life, you know what it means. Talking about food porn, fine eats on the way. Grabbing a pole boy, hear those flavors sway. From Pittsburgh Steelheart to Greene County's pride, we ride together, side by side. Hey, legends of the road where the tales unfold. Champagne dreams and some stories bold. In the land of freedom, we ain't afraid. The Trump in the air and the plans we made. Military pride playing hard on the guns. A friendship stronger than the setting sun. Up on radio blast and keeping us awake. We're living our life for all of our sake. Foot on the gas, we're tearing up the track with laughter and shots. Ain't no looking back. The world's a buffet and we're craving it all. From the Bayou Spice to Pittsburgh's call. Midnight confessions over whiskey and splat. Imagining the dreams while we're kicking it back. Those stories of old wrapped tight in each song. In this journey together, man, we can't go wrong. Hey, legends of the road where the tales unfold. Champagne dreams and some stories bold. In the land of freedom, we ain't afraid. With Trump in the air and the plans we made. Military pride playing hard on the guns. Our friendship stronger than the setting sun. Up on radio blast and keeping us awake. We're living our life for all of our sake. Under dark skies, we raise our voice. In the heart of the night, we make our choice. Friends to the end, no matter the strife. With the echoes of laughter, we thrive on this life. Proud of our roots, we carry the flame. In a world of chaos, we'll never be tamed. So here's to the memories, the nights we embrace. With Joe, Jay, Sean, it's a wild, crazy race. Through the streets of New Orleans, through the heart of it all. Together we stand, proud, neither humble nor small. Under a banner of hope, where loyalty blends. In the land of the free, we're the kings and the friends. So let's raise a toast to the life that we live. With memories in the making, there's so much to give. From Pittsburgh to Greene, we'll forever roam. With Joe, Jay, Sean, we're always home.
Two real cryptid legends doing what they do, bringing information for me and you. Ron Moorhead and his Sierra Sounds, Daryl Denton, the Tennessee Bigfoot Man, along with Michelle Desrochers, bring adventures across this land. So much information brought to you each week. Actively out there looking is the truth they seek.
Well, I was stuck in 10 forward with the Vulcan delegation, the most boring celebration in the United Federation. The Klingons and the Romulans were trying to be polite. Not even William Riker's getting lucky here tonight. That's when the idea struck me. I let Ghana know the
Hey, Heidi.
I found the nearest holodeck and opened
Good to see you, hon.
computer, give me disco. Put some glitter on the screen. I want the funkiest roller program that this ship has ever seen. Synthesize the rhythm, make the polyester shine. Kill the lights and set the star date to 1979. The sensors overloaded, my terminal exploded. The disco hologram was suddenly uploaded. It reached communication like a bug simulation. That funky, nasty bass line was played at every station. Inertial dampeners failing, the diplomats were wailing. The loudest sound the quadrants ever heard was auto-scaling. The doctor started tapping, the captain started rapping. The buttons of their uniforms were literally snapping. No way to isolate it, we had to celebrate it. I invited everyone on board and no one hesitated.
You know that lizard guy was
Prime
Jay.
directive is to dance and forward, never stood a chance.
I forgot I had my mic off. I haven't yelled at him.
Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile.
Well, I love that. We're going to talk about it when we get back.
Engage the dance floor and make it so.
Yeah.
The directive is to dance. I've heard all power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again. Let's take this party to all 10. Now Scotty's in the DJ booth. He's remixing the sound. Cues rolling up a fat one. Don't believe me? Ask around. Uhura's cracked the frequency. Now the folks on all the comms. She's dropping subspace baseline beats like they were photon bombs. Data's doing the robot. Kirk just ripped
Good,
off
definitely
Jerry.
good to see you, Heidi.
Doing the hustle.
Definitely.
Joey ate all the dessert. The doctor's overriding.
Heidi's
got an alien
Some
lead.
routine saw him popping hollow pills and snorting lines with the breed. Janeway's like to coffee with some nebula delight, and I heard her threaten to kill whoever don't get down tonight. It's red alert on every deck, got Tuvok pinching every neck. Ferengi women are turning tricks. The Borg just plugged into the mix. They're scanning us from deep in space. They wanna come to rock this place. Forget the rules and regulations. United Bunker Federation. The prime directive is to dance and forward. Never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. I've heard all power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again. Let's
Okay.
take this party to
Please
all
drive
10.
safely, Heidi. It's okay to be in your
Beat me
jammies.
up, calling Voyager. Beat me up, Deep Space Nine. Are you feeling fine? This is Deep Space Nine. We're feeling fine. Captain, the funk is reading off the scale. Dopamine levels at 100%. Inhibitions at 0. It is highly illogical. It is fascinating. The prime directive is to dance and forward. Never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. I've heard all power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again. Let's take this party to all 10. The prime directive is to dance. Set phases to O'Brien energize.
hailing frequencies open, Captain. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not the DJ. Live long and get down.
Oh man, I'm the DJ. Where's this guy coming from? Hey dude, if you did that, whoop, you're unalive now. I just unalived him. I just whoa, what is all of that around my head?
Hey, how'd you like?
Oh, I loved it.
How'd
I
you
was
like
gonna
that song?
so wait, hold on a second. Sorry, I forgot I had my hair down. I loved it. So I was gonna say when Jay comes in, if we see him tonight, because he might be out getting double pregnant as far as I know. Anyway, we'll have to let him hear. So we should just use it. You ought to upload it to the system, and I think we should use it as an opener, at least for now.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Even though I wish there was a way to add some video to it. I'd like to add like me wrestling an alligator and you out there panning for gold and shit. I was thinking Jay eating tacos, stuff like that. Hey, Heidi.
Yeah.
I told you, lead an alien baby.
Well, I think this song, this app I got.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
She's Heidi. But this app I got, I don't think you can put pictures or videos to it. But if you can find a way to do it, that would be pretty cool.
No,
I like it, man. It was great.
There's I forgot the name of it. Something Hollywood GDP. So you can take like a song or an audio. So first you can try just putting the song in, and sometimes it just does it on its own. It'll come up with from the verses you have, like in the song, because you have quite a lot of stuff in there. It could do a video out of. There's a couple of people, because I'm working on something else. What I'm working on is a little bit more complicated. It's oh god, it's a pain in the ass. Making aliens look real is not an easy thing, man. Even with AI. What'd you think, Frank? You liked it? Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was cool right off the get-go, but it got better as it went along. Yeah, now I think we just use it as the intro.
Yeah,
we've been the intro for the song for a long time, and since it has all three of us in it, it talks about some of the topics on the show. I think it'd be a good intro. It's got nice.
Well, thank you. It would
snappy beat to it. That's one of the kind of beats. Heidi, close your ears for a minute. That's one of the kind of beats you're like, got a good rhythm to it. I just,
Yeah.
And
all it's called, and you know what, Joe? There's no copyright infringement on that because it's my song.
Yeah. Well, there's no copyright infringement with any AI because it's not copyrighted. It can't be copyrighted. So it's like, fuck it. Nobody cares. People want to get mad about AI because, they say they'll get this little piece from there, that little piece from here, with this little piece from there. I don't think that's how it is. All you're doing is, and then a lot of people like what you just said. Well, I'm writing it. It's so too bad you can't copyright. It could probably be used something down the line. That Six Gun Joe, when we first started playing it, I tried to talk Ian for like 3 years to put it up on YouTube. I'm like, Ian, put it up there. I'm telling you, because we had a spot on the UFO in the cover spot where you could download the clip, the little Six Gun Joe clip. And man, we had something 26 million downloads and almost in less than 2 years, right at 2 years. I was like, wow.
Damn.
Well, no, James, because they were fans. Yeah, because they knew what the song actually meant because they've listened to me talk about the actual event of what the song was written about. Ian was making fun of me about a song that I was talking about. I mean, about an event that I was talking about. I know it's good, ain't it? It sounds good. Sounds good for an opener. Yeah, we've been needing something good. Yeah, it's hard, Finding good openers is not an easy thing. And it's catchy, so people will sit and listen to it. Well, you want your audience getting settled in and getting ready to go.
Yeah.
And oh, you mean because I put food porn in the thing? Well, yeah, because we're going to talk about it after a while. Last night, somebody had asked me if I would walk them through making the types of quesadillas I make. And later on, I will. Look, I'm not scared to cook anything. I'm not going to say I may not have something up. Well, I'm not scared to try to cook anything. Doesn't matter what it is. It's well, because
Well,
food.
later on in the show, Heidi, we're going to play it again when Jay comes on.
Yeah, so
The
we
one
want
I
Jay to
wrote.
hear it. Yeah, we want Jay to hear it because we're gonna use it as an intro. He'd be all jealous and stuff, going, "Oh man, this ain't right."
It's so easy. It's the name of the place is called, or the app is called Songer, Songer, and all you do is you type in words, and in 3 minutes you got a song.
That's cool. That's a cool thing.
Yeah,
Well, I seen that one. Where was I? I think it was on TikTok somewhere. So you gave it X amount of words, you gave it a picture of yourself, and then you pick what kind of style you want, like rap or country or whatever. And it made a whole video
right.
of you singing. That's badass.
Yeah,
And everyone I've
yeah.
seen so far has been pretty good. And well, they use the real voice. They use your real voice, but somehow they make it sound good. I have no idea how they do it. I'm sure it's some advanced algorithm doing it. Well, today's advanced algorithm is 2 years from now, it's garbage. Yeah, unfortunately, technology grows fast. Well, we
I
are.
was thinking doing one for Michelle. In fact,
Yeah,
to be
you
honest
should.
with you, dude, I was, I mean, I was going to make one for every show that
Well, they should have let them listen. So
for
it's up to
everybody.
them.
I enjoy doing it, man.
They might be like,
I enjoy doing
Frankie, yeah, Frankie. I can't talk about that. How did you know about that? Only 3 people know about that. And I know the other 2, so I'm confused on how you know this. Have you been hacking somebody? Why? I didn't even know you knew the other 2. We'll talk after the show. I have no idea. Nothing I can say here. They're sorry. And no, Marco, that would be station business. Yes, we don't talk about station business on there. Well, sometimes we do, but not often.
Oh, that's cool, Heidi. The app is great, man. You should get that app and type in words, and you'll be surprised. Who's snitching on us, Joe? Who's snitching on us?
I don't know. People being bad out there. Frankie, what do you mean? Where when I be? Where? Oh, next time I'm in DC. I can't tell you that, man. I can't see. That's the problem with this. I do a lot of travel, and I got my ass in trouble from a friend of mine. Just tore me ass up one day. He says, "Joe, you telling everybody where you're going all the time?" He said, "Now they know if you're at your house or not. Who's at your house?" He said, "What are you, stupid?" I'm thinking, well, not really. My house is insured anyway, but I mean, still. But there are people at my house, so know that. And everybody who's in this house will shoot you. And if they can't, the chihuahua will gnaw your little toe off and bleed you out.
You're not out of the loop, Heidi. You're not out of the loop.
They gotta. Well, AI is growing every day. There's always some kind of new something with AI, some kind of new program for doing something. I mean, I love the stuff. I just don't want to see it put people out of business. For the project I'm working on right now, it would take you if this was going through like a legit TV agency and all, you'd be talking 100 people. Would already probably be up well at least 50 for sure. And we'd already be up probably 400,000 or 500,000 in the hole already. This way, it don't have to be. Well, I hate putting actors out of work, but sometimes it's crazy. What do you mean? No, I get paid when I do TV gigs. So no, when I do TV gigs, I get paid. I do pay when I go lecture. I do pay when I do anything, unless I decide not to be. And you can ask around. I have donated my time on many occasions, especially for like new conferences getting their way up. Oh no, they're gonna pay for the plane ticket and my hotel and all, but I'll donate my fee to them. When I started out, you made $366 an hour. That's when I started. That's how much they paid you. So nowadays, as an extra, you get like $870 an hour.
Well,
I really think it's $870 a day, but still.
Whenever I go to conferences and I speak at conferences, I make what, 700? Easy.
Yeah.
I'm just
Glenn, the most, no, I can't even say that. I can't ever talk about how much the most I made. And actually, the most money I made for speaking was not at a conference, it was at a private lecture. Private
okay.
lecture.
But you know what?
Private.
It's not me. They say, well, we're going to give you this amount. Are you okay with it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, they have what they, everybody has scales and what they think they should be paying. And conferences are trying to make money too. So they got to watch what they're paying. You mean George Norrie? George Moore, I don't know how he makes now, but last time I had talked with George at a conference, which is about a decade, he was making about $5,500 to $6,000 for 1 day gig. Yeah, plus airfare and all, hotel. Stephen Greer used to get about 5,000.
He's weird, Joe. I've seen him on some interviews, and he's weird, dude.
He's nuts is what he is. No, Mishy started believing his own press. No, Mike, he really does. He believes his own press. He thinks he just believes his own press. You know, everybody talks about it and says this, that, and the other thing. Now he just believes his own press. You got to watch that. You always this way. You always have to have people around you that keep you at least halfway sober, because when you start believing your own press, you're headed for the other side. You're just headed for deep shit because it's not who you really are. Look, I've had good press, I've had bad press, I've had all kind of press, and it doesn't matter whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. It still wasn't me. It was what they thought I was, or what I was representing when I was speaking somewhere. Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of people heard me speak on the radio and on TV, and it's always the same thing. It's like, wow, you're a pretty powerful speaker. You're pretty sure of yourself, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's true, I am. But when I'm at home, I'm way more relaxed. I get screamed at all the time because are you mumbling? I can't hear a word you're saying because I'm all relaxed. I don't want to be yelling at people. No, because when you're lecturing or radio, you have to project. It's part of well, I can cheat and go like this and get right up on the mic and say, "What's up out there, people? This is Radio 109.8. You're for the crazy people in the universe." Yes.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yes, we broadcast live from the other side.
At work, man. At work, whenever I make an announcement at work about the meat department, I talk in my radio voice, and oh my god, they get chills. They get chills.
And, well, Mark, well, no, like if I'm just sitting in a house talking, I'm not. It's not any. But your voice changes when you do radio. Yes, it just. One, you start watching things like hum and stuff like that. When you're talking, you really don't want those pause breaks, even when you're by yourself. And it's hard sometimes. But I remember one of my very first ever TV breaks. He said, "Can you please not say those things?" And just because he said it, I had to say it like 500 times. I apologize.
Well, take care of your knee, Kara.
Yeah. What? Stop kicking people and you won't have a bad knee. Yeah, it's what happens when you kick people. All that badness goes into your knee or it gets in there.
Yeah.
Hurting bad people only hurts you. That residual evil crawls into through your pores and stuff. What's the matter, Jerry?
Oh, she had a partial replacement, buddy.
Man, you should have told the fucking aliens to do that. Save yourself some money. Yeah, man, they would have gave you a whole replacement. Might have gave you one of those bionic jobs, man. No, a friend of mine did a video because the lady said while she was on a spaceship, she got a bionic leg put in, but she still had the other leg. So it showed her running down the street, and all of a sudden the bionic leg started going really, really fast. And it like split her in two. Yes, it was a dumb joke.
They won't listen.
So you're not telling them what they want to hear. That's all. Yeah, you got to tell them the right things, and then they'll behave. Yes, I don't know why all this white cord is all hanging around. I've seen it too, Mark. It's usually it's white. I mean, it's black usually, but I don't know what I did with. I got 3 pair of black ones. I have no idea what any one of them is. What do you mean? Who's my what? Who's my what? Wait, what? Linda who? Linda, don't make me be mean, man. Okay. Linda Howe, Moldy Howe. I frankly never thought she was anything but a opportunist. I've met her on several occasions. We've had debates on occasions. I'm the one who rewrote her cattle mutilation. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said, you're not arrogant. I said, yeah, think about it. I said, I rewrote Betty and Barney Hill case, and it's pretty well accepted these days. And I still, even though they fight it and buck it all they can because of Kathleen Waldron needs to sell her book, which doesn't even make any sense compared when you listen to the Betty and Barney speak in the 70s, you're kind of like, what? Yeah, it's just like a rewrite, an add in to make the story sound more plausible for people in the 90s when it was written. It's well, and then I turned around and rewrote another case. Actually, I kind of even messed around with Roswell a good bit with the thing that we got the craft from the Germans. And it didn't, we didn't want to crash it, not the aliens. We crashed the damn thing. And that was a rewrite. Oh, wait, we were just talking about a case. There was another rewrite. Oh, why did it go out of my head? See, that's what old age is. Man, that sucks. Well, no, because when you get new evidence, you have to change things sometimes. I was just discussing this last night. So as far as I know, ICAR is the only legit organization, UFO or paranormal, by the way, who has actually changed something when they were wrong. Oh, no, the cattle mutilation is the other thing I changed. So I changed the cattle mutilation and the Betty and Barney Hill case. Yeah, that was a little bit arrogant. Yeah, it was 3. We just talked about 3 of them. But anyway, there's been times when I have learned things or have believed things or thought I even knew things. And 10 years later, 15 years later, I find out something and I realize I was wrong. So in ufology in the paranormal world, that would be a no-no, and you would not change whatever it is you said. You have to stick to what you said. You can't change it or what, but you can. I was on Coast to Coast at my second appearance on Coast, and I said something. I said, I have to apologize to people and change since I was wrong about something. George is like, what? I said, Joe, what are you doing? I said, the organization was wrong. And he said, well, I want to hear this. And I said, well, so we were always taught that the Greys were subservient and they worked for the reptilians and they worked for the humans and they did this and they did that. And then we find that that's not even close to true, that they're the ones that everybody's scared of and the other races are subservient and they work for the light beings. I'm like, it was like a total flip-flop. I said, but evidence bears it out. So you got to go where the evidence takes you, where the research takes you. And that's where it took us. And even today, the research keeps saying that, stay a leap away from those aliens because they like to eat babies. I don't think so. That's Democrat.
Come on. That's Democrat.
Democrat. Yeah, that's Democrat.
Okay, all right. Heidi's waiting for her daughter. Okay, good.
Is your daughter a Democrat?
No. And you know what? She watched a documentary on the Germans reverse engineer UFO back in the day. And that one that hit Kecksburg, up where I live, was the one from Germany. Man,
you be smoking that weed, man.
No,
you need to share that. You need to be sharing that stuff you're getting up in Pennsylvania way, man.
Dude, I'm telling you. Oh,
even
her granddaughter wants to know. Her granddaughter wants to know who owns the earth. A question she asks frequently. She's 5 years old.
Gaia owns
the earth.
Gaia owns the earth. Unless you believe in Jesus, then Jesus owns the earth. But if you believe in Gaia, Gaia owns the earth. We don't own the earth. We're just fucking tenants. Like every other animal.
Can you please tell people who don't know who Gaia is, please, Joe? Explain.
Gaia is the spirit of the planet itself. It's her planet. She lives here. And every now and then she just gets the need to shake and, cause a big extinction and throw a bunch of people off her back. And if we keep aggravating her, we're going to be the next big flea shake.
Oh wait,
By then, hopefully by then we'll be on Mars or the moon.
one
maybe.
more thing, Kara. Once she said, my son wanted to know the other night how to get abducted. Basically, he's 11.
Well, then, okay, that means he's probably already being abducted, and he wants to go look at. He's too young to be finding out what's really going on. But at 11, they're not doing anything bad yet. He's pre-puberty, so they're not doing anything bad. They're this is what's so weird about the aliens. All three of the races that abduct kids, and we've got a lot of kids over the years. No, Dean, I don't handle kid cases, so we have people that do that for us. But anyway, over the years, we've had a lot of parents who brought their kids forward. We're talking hundreds, maybe in the thousands, that have come by and they'll say stuff like, "Oh, my little gray friend, my little bug-eyed friend. Oh, those reptilian kids are rambunctious or rough, and they like to roll around and fight and not hurt anybody, just like wrestling." And you listen to these kids talk, and they're having a blast. They're not scared. They're having a fucking good time.
Tell her she's welcome, Heidi.
But then puberty hits, and slowly but surely, they have a prearranged agenda that they work until about age 28.
I'm putting this up, Joe. You want to read it on the screen? It's already set in.
So already said, "Oh, well, you see, then he's oh man, that means they're gonna be going the other way soon." Well, because that's once ET starts taking you after puberty is when they start actually stressing your body, stressing your mind, stressing all kinds of stuff, introducing you to breeding programs, introducing you to all sorts of stuff. And for some reason, the Greys especially seem to be voyeurists. They like to watch. Don't ask me, but I've heard many contactees bitch about it. Well, keepers work. So you're an abductor, you're a contactee, sorry. When you become a keeper, just all it means is that you've taken a much more active role in what's going on with the aliens. In other words, an active role between the humans and the aliens. So you're kind of like a liaison, kind of. They use you to help calm people down, familiar face, to help people adjust for certain things. And it's not as bad as horrible as people think it is, because a lot of times, by the time a contactee hits their mid-20s, most of them have kind of come to a thing that they know this is going on in some form or fashion, so they kind of sort of accept it. But a lot of people don't. But I tell this to people all the time. Once you know it's real, you have to accept it, because if you don't, it's going to drive you batshit crazy. And it's just going to keep continually fucking up your life. Now, every contactee I know that it's actually incorporated this into their life, not accepted it, but incorporated it into their life, are thriving, doing better than average. Yes, it's because you can pull on a lot of these resources, knowing you're empathic or telepathic, you can start to use that to your advantage. Trust your instincts more when you're talking with people, when you're picking up on stuff, especially when you're talking to customers about money and stuff. So I used to lowball myself a lot when I first got in construction business. And then I realized one day I was picking up on emotions, and I got to thinking. So I just started throwing numbers at a customer, and I hit one that was pretty high, and then I went one below it. And he's like, "Well, I know it's a lot of work." And that number right there, he said, "You think you can do it for that?" I said, "Yeah, I think I can." And I was actually planning on going about half of that. So it taught me how to really take advantage of customers. I didn't take advantage of my customers. And they were taking whatever price I was charging, I was still trying too cheap. Yeah, I know contractors charge far more than that. But I also did a lot of stuff, like I went to arbitration 150 times to help people get their money from insurance companies. By the way, I didn't lose any of them. We donated time and materials to jobs to help people to get through. We donated arbitration to people, because a lot of times, so when we do arbitration for somebody, we take 5% of what we get over what they've already gotten. So let's say insurance company said they're going to get 50 grand, and we get them another 50 grand or another 100 grand, then we get 5% of that. Like, what is it? 5 G's, I think. And for all the shit we got to go through to get it. So, I'll tell you this, Marco. By my 10th or 11th time in front of the judges, there was 2 judges that were doing it, and I think I'd been in front of each one of them about 9 or 10 times. And by that time, I would come in, and I always had a book about this thick, and they had a complete copy of all my pricing I did, all Lowe's and Home Depots, all the local lumber stores, and I gave them that in a binder that they could keep and check for themselves. And I said, you don't trust me, have your people, call Lowe's and verify the prices, because they were legit prices. So I did that for them just to make my life easy. And then I also had a binder for then all the other stuff, pricing on things we were doing. So I remember the first time he did this, I'm sitting there, and the guy walks up. He was for I think it was State Farm, actually. He walks up and introduced himself, and he said, "Well, before we get started," he said, "Mr. Montaldo there is very well organized. He really has his stuff together. He's going to present a really hard case against you." He said, "So before we start the proceedings, are you sure you are ready for this case?" And he said, "Yeah, I have everything I need." So I still hadn't said anything. He presented his case. He looked over at me, says, "I find for the defendant." Case over. I hadn't even spoke. He hadn't even opened the binder up. He was like, and the guy looked over. He said, "What?" I said, "Dude," I said, "I priced everything." I said, "Every price that Home Depot had, and we monitored if it went up." I said, "We priced the average price of labor across the nation." I said, "Yeah, we're like half of that, or sometimes even a third of that." I said, "Yeah, the judges were going to rule in our favor because they could see what you were doing." And it was crazy. It got heated sometimes. One guy from Farm Bureau had a fit through his it's not a suitcase, his briefcase, and threw his paper up and stomped out. They picked him up for contempt of court, put his ass in jail for 5 days. That's because I got extra 400 G's out of him. He was so pissed, because we'll sit down and we'll look at what they came in and offered, and then I'll go in and say, we'll do a complete bid like we were doing the job. And then I say, "Okay, Your Honor, this is a mid-range bid because that's where our company bids at. Here's a low bid, here's a high bid." And I said they're all verifiable because they're all legit contractors. And because we'd pay the contractors usually about $500 and do a bid to help out with. A lot of them would just donate it, but still, they would do their bids, and the judge would be like, and then he'd look over at the insurance guy. He said, "How much were you paying?" He said, "This is the low guy, the guy you don't want to use." I was going, "Yeah, you can't say that." He said, "But this is the guy you don't want to use, and you're still half of him." He said, "These are the 2 guys you want to use. This is the guy you need to be paying right here, this amount." Oh, the guy didn't even know what to say. And then finally he just told him, "Well, this is what you're going to pay." And see, arbitration, there is no challenging once you lose. That's it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't challenge it. Oh, yeah, because it's quick and over. And in the old days, the insurance companies, the adjusters would win a lot because people weren't prepared like we are. But when we got involved, no, man, because it was too easy. The very first storm I'd ever worked, I remember I was doing bids. I was doing pretty low bids, and they're like, "Hey, you got to come down." So I ain't coming down off that bid. So I'm thinking about going up on that bid. The guy's like, "Oh no, this is all they gave me." So I'd go to like Lowe's and look at all the prices, and just in materials, they were 25 to 50% under where they needed to be. It's about the same in labor. So I would call the insurance company, get in a fight with them, and they just usually give us the money. Just because because if stuff gets out like that, like we're fighting to some 70-year-old couple, 80-year-old couple, we're trying to fix their house, and you're trying to lowball them because you don't think they know what they're doing. Judges get pissy about that kind of stuff. Mike, I can't tell you about northern judges. I had no experience with any. All the judges we dealt with down here were all southern judges, from local districts.
What's that guy's name? You just talked? The one that you just said you don't know nothing about northern judges?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
In Pennsylvania, it's a Commonwealth state. So it's a Democratic state, and you're screwed. That's
Yes, them damn Yankees, man.
I'm telling you, man, it's terrible.
Well, Mark, what do you consider Yankee states? Okay, New York. All right, I can go with that. Maryland. Maryland technically, I hate to even
Maryland
say
is south.
yeah, technically, Maryland was a Confederate state. I know it's confusing because it's way the fuck up there, but it still was a Southern state.
Well, during the Civil War, Maryland was split in half. Half went with the Union, half went with the Confederate.
Yeah,
That's just like
Well,
West
it's
Virginia,
confusing.
man. Just like West Virginia, used to be Virginia, and then the Civil War came, and part of Virginia backed away or separated from Virginia, and it became West Virginia.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Which state is prettier? They're both pretty states. West Virginia is
Oh
really pretty.
man,
Virginia's very
West Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they had a lot of beautiful mountains up there. And well, last time I drove in, because we like to drive a lot of times. So last time we drove into DC. We went to West Virginia to pick up a friend. Instead, it would have been short if we'd have drove straight in, but we went up there, and man, there was a lot of caves and a lot of beautiful bluffs to look out on. Did have to go into some weird tunnels a couple times, which was kind of weird. But and then we were out, and then we caught interstate rolling into West Virginia. I mean, into Virginia, headed into DC, and all of a sudden we must have hit it right as the blossoms, because everything was in full blossom. It was in mid-April.
Gorgeous.
Everything was in full. It was beautiful. Plus, it smelled really good. No, that's the trip where I pulled in the Pentagon by accident. Yeah, come flying off the interstate,
Kara,
80 miles an hour.
my cousin is in the same boat as you. I mean, she was told that she was a Yankee, and then she moved down south to Alabama, I think it was, and then they call her a damn Yankee. Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. You're a damn Yankee when you move to the South because you're a traitor to your own people. Damn Yankee. Actually, really and truly, to be totally honest with anybody listening tonight, most people in the South don't even think about Yankee anymore. It's a thing. I like to use it on the radio because it's a lot
Bullshit.
of fun.
Bullshit.
No, they don't
Bullshit,
really care,
bullshit.
man. They don't care.
Bullshit.
But they care about because
Alabama, Arkansas.
Mississippi. I live in Mississippi. They don't care. They could let me see. This is what Yankees don't understand. Southern states, if you live above the Mason-Dixon line, to us, you really don't exist unless you do something really stupid, and which is a regular thing for places like Illinois and New York and places like that.
Pennsylvania.
But it's true. They just don't. And see, Pennsylvania, like Ohio, they don't really consider as much, even though it's kind of going blue up there, they still don't really consider it as much a Yankee state as just a state. Well, not all states are considered Yankee states. Yeah,
I have a little trivia question for you, Joe. What's the biggest city in the Appalachian Mountains?
For the hell if I know.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Snowfall Flake Face or some shit.
No, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's the biggest city in the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, your state's already overpopulated. I was thinking about that yesterday. Your state and New Jersey, both overpopulated. I need to throw some of them damn people out of there. Send them to Mars.
Send them down to Mississippi and teach people in Mississippi what.
So this was so funny about Mississippi. For like the last 5 years, people moving out. And they tried to say that this year and last year, and then they went back and looked and found out, oh shit, it's not true. Last 2 years, we've had a massive amount of people move into the state. And you can tell just where I live. When I bought this house, there was one house within 8 blocks in either direction. And the whole entire neighborhood, there was under 50. Now there's over 1,000. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. And a lot of them are not from the South. A lot of them are from outside of the South. A lot of them are from out west, though, too. Couillon. Yeah, you Couillon. Not Kunas. Kunas is different. Couillon.
What's that?
You got to be full Kunas to be a Kunas, huh? Couillon's everybody else.
What's he talking about, dude? What's he talking about? She was actually born in Louisiana, but not a Kunas.
Because
that?
Because to be a Kunas, you have to be full Cajun. Everybody else is called a Couillon. If you're born down here and you like the area, they call you a Couillon. It's kind of a slight, is what it is, but that's what they do. But see, where I live in Mississippi, I live on the coast, so they ain't all redneck down here. Now you just go upward, just an hour, you get into redneck land. They're like, "What you doing up in my neighborhood, boy? You ain't supposed to be up in here." And they don't care what color you are; they're still gonna call you boy. Oh hell yeah, they are. There's a trooper pulls you, boy. What are you doing? One of them told me that day. I said, I looked up at him. I said, "You could be my grandson, boy." And he was like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, you fucking talk to me like that. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Oh, when I was 30, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah, fuck you. I'm in media. I'm old. Don't, fuck you and your fucking asshole.
There you go.
Oh, one of the worst ass whippings I ever got from a cop was I was drunk. I was with some friends and we got pulled over by a Mississippi cop and I started singing "Up Against the Wall, You Redneck Motherfucker." And it didn't go over real well. No. No. I had 2 fractured ribs and a dislocated shoulder. Oh, I called the police station, bitch. They said you shouldn't have been singing. Yeah, I talked to a lawyer about it. He said, "Well, you ain't gonna get nothing for it, though." He said you were being aggressive from what I heard, which I was. I wouldn't be real aggressive. I was just being so aggressive. No, because I just got the military and all. If I'd have been really being aggressive, somebody would have got hurt.
Kara says that she lives in Waveland and Pass Christian.
Oh my God, girl, I live in Pass Christian. What are you talking about? Technically,
are you related to her? Are you related to Kara?
Not that I know of. Kara, what you look like? You ain't no relatives in that. In the Christian, huh? My daughter works in Waveland. She lives in Long Beach. I mean, not in Long Beach, in Bay St. Louis. Then I live in the Pass, but technically, I don't actually live I live outside the Pass. I live in Henderson Point. Yes, I live where all the poor people live. Yes, no reason to come here, people. Nothing to steal. All poor people in this neighborhood. Yes, I can't help it's on the water. They still poor. Yes, what's so funny about Louisiana and Mississippi coastlines and waters and bayous? When I was a kid, 90% everywhere you went, there's some rinkety ass camp up there. Barely had electricity. There was no way to it by with a boat and shit. And that's where people went and spent their weekends. And all of a sudden, these little shithole camps became high dollar. They're still camps because they're off the ground, but they're just high dollar camps now. $1.5 million, 2.5.
Hey, Cat.
Cheap ones are 500,000.
Good evening, Cat.
It's a paranormal heart. Hello, Cat. How are you this evening?
Cat. It's Cat. It's Cat.
Don't say cat. My dog's gonna start thinking they gotta go chase the cat, man. Look, see, look at Lola's already looking. It's cat. She's thinking, oh my God. I done taught him skit my daughters like skid a tea. Skid him.
Hey, do you think we can later on talk about the RH negative? Because that's been popping up all over the place again. And it's kind of spooky.
Well, RH negative is weird. No, those people are creepy. They're all creepies. Well, all but like maybe 4 or 5 of them that I know. But all the rest of them are weird, man. They're like, well,
I'm RH negative. I know that.
Do humans taste good? It's what's that, Jack? Shut up. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
I'm RH negative, Joe.
Mm-hmm. They RH negative is just a weird thing. I mean, first off, it's a fluke. It shouldn't exist. RH negative itself shouldn't exist. It just popped out of nowhere. Scientists still to this day don't have no clue where it fucking came from. Well, Gene, it's a baby killer. Mother Nature or God don't tend to make baby killers unless they thought they needed to curb the population. But back then, 50, 80,000 years ago, 40,000, there wasn't nobody on the fucking planet. So it couldn't have been for that. But there are some big advantages to RH negative that RH positive don't have. One, O negative is the universal donor. The majority of blood types can take it as a donor.
Yep.
Do you know that there are places your first time out that will pay you $1,500, $1,600 for your RH negative blood and then pay you like $750 a month from then on?
Where do I go
Yeah.
sign up?
But I don't know. One of my friends does one of the local blood banks. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He said, I'm retired. I'm supplementing my income. I'm like, what the hell? He said it takes about 2 hours. He said usually you give him 900. I was like, damn. He said, but the regular people, regular blood come in, they give them 100, 150 and stuff. That's not bad for 2 hours. It's $75 an hour. You mean I've never gotten paid to give blood, but I have get to give blood a few times in my life. Yeah. Well, the military first off makes you do donations. They're assholes. Not always. They don't make everybody because it has more to do with what they need and where they're at. So if you're on a ship and they need blood, they can't have everybody in the ship being loopy for giving blood. So they'll do like one whole group. Yeah. Well, there's 3 shifts. Not always. Sometimes there's 2 shifts, but a lot of times there's 3 shifts. And if there's 3 shifts, they'll just take one whole ship and make them donate blood. And the other 2 shifts, they'll just pull 12s. And they'll be off. Yeah.
Well, look who popped in.
Hey, what's up, Jungle? What you doing, baby? No, we were talking about how evil. We were talking about how some evil this guy Jay is. We knew.
Oh yeah. Well, at least I didn't stomp 60-some thousand people in the last couple of months.
It is. Oh wait, it's break time, man. Shit, we gotta go to break. I didn't realize it was break time.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, we'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, we're gonna play it again because I don't think Jay's heard it yet. So let me find it right quick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's hit a plus. Let's share a screen. Grab it off. Hey! Gosh, diggity dogger. Let's try that again. There we go. Will you stop it, thing? Jeez, and Pete just go up on the screen already.
There it
All
is.
right, we're gonna play this, and then we got some promos coming back. So y'all got about 7 minutes to go play around, get some coffee. Man, why don't somebody bring me some coffee? Something kind of potent, maybe with a shot or 2 in it. Not liquor, a shot of like espresso or something. No, I have certain.
Double the caffeine.
No, I'm drinking coffee with liquor in it, but I like certain liquors in my coffee. Yes, usually a type of color. Yeah,
Bailey's Irish cream is actually very good in coffee.
Irish cream is always good in coffee. You can't go wrong with it.
No, you
Irish
cannot.
Irish cream is good by itself, though.
It is.
Irish
good
cream is
by
good
itself.
by itself, Sean. Very good point.
No, I'm not putting Jägermeister in my coffee. I want my coffee.
No.
The honey egg, I might put some honey egg in it, but I ain't putting none of that nasty licorice egg. I never knew why anybody liked that shit. I will say this: on a cold night, it will warm your ass up.
Yes, it will.
2 shots, and you're like, "Whoa, yeah, I'm toasty, baby. Let's go." It's just, it works great for that. Plus,
but I mean, you can get the same effect from some Mexican cough weed. Get some Mexican browns.
But no, wait a minute now. But they ain't a bunch of little Jaeger girls walking around selling you this. You get to see just the Jaeger girls enough to warm you up, man. Come on. Unless y'all had some ugly ones up there. Down here they weren't. I'll tell you that. Oh my God.
I love spiced rum. Unfortunately, it gives me heartburn sometimes. If I do rum, it has to be the clear stuff.
Dean, we still have those down here. Lingerie lunch, yes.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, we have lingerie.
These were local
stylists.
Yeah, these were just local places, local restaurants. Sometimes like on Thursdays or Wednesdays they would have lingerie lunch. Now the food didn't go up anymore. I don't know how they were paying these girls.
No. What they serve the food on the girls wearing lingerie?
Oh man, yeah. We don't want to get into that. But anyway, we're gonna play this. This is just my intro in the song. Sean, do your job, man. Damn.
Sean. Today at 5 o'clock when I woke up from a nap, I have this app called Songer, and I said, you know what, Sean? Speaking in the third person, I said, I want to write something for the show, and I just typed in some words and. Here's the song, and enjoy. It could be our opening song.
That's right.
Cool.
So here we go. Click the bad boy button.
Queens where the nights run wild. Joe, Jay, and Sean, three brothers with style. The city's alive with the music and dreams. We're rolling through life, you know what it means. Talking about food porn, fine eats on the way. Grabbing a pole, boy, yeah, those flavors sway. From Pittsburgh Steelheart to Greene County's pride, we ride together, side by side. Hey, legends of the road where the tales unfold. Champagne dreams and some stories bold. In the land of freedom, we ain't afraid. The Trump in the air and the plans we made. Military pride playing hard on the guns. A friendship stronger than the setting sun. Up on radio blast and keeping us awake. We're living our life for all
Hey,
of our
Eugenio.
sake. Foot on the gas, we're tearing up the track with laughter and shots. Ain't no looking back. The world's a buffet and we're craving it all. From the Bayou Spice to Pittsburgh's call. Midnight confessions over whiskey and splat. Imagining the dreams while we're kicking it back. Those stories of old wrapped tight in each song. In this journey together, man, we can't go wrong. Hey, legends of the road where the tales unfold. Champagne dreams and some stories bold. In the land of freedom, we ain't afraid. With Trump in the air and the plans we made. Military pride playing hard on the guns. Our friendship stronger than the setting sun. Up on radio blast and keeping us awake. We're living our life for all of our sake. Under dark skies, we raise our voice in the heart of the night. We make our choice, friends to the end. No matter the strife, with the echoes of laughter, we thrive on this life. Proud of our roots, we carry the flame. In a world of chaos, we'll never be tamed. So here's to the memories, the nights we embrace. With Joe, Jay, Sean, it's a wild, crazy race. Through the streets of New Orleans, through the heart of it all. Together we stand, proud, neither humble nor small. Under a banner of hope, where loyalty blends. In the land of the free, we're the kings and the friends. So let's raise a toast to the life that we live. With memories in the making, there's so much to give. From Pittsburgh to Greene, we'll forever roam. With Joe, Jay, Sean, we're always home.
Damn song gives me goosebumps.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
If you're gonna live in our country,
She's hot.
you need to learn how to be one of
Hey, ain't
us,
this what's the name, Kirk?
not change who we are. This is our country, you don't get to decide.
Well, now I see why what's the name now.
Who gets a voice
Yep.
and who's got to hide. Not your outrage machine, not your
I
more.
wonder who oiled her up.
Take my way just to buy some peace. We stand when it matters, we don't fold, we don't flinch.
Settle down there, Sean. There's going to be no oiling here tonight.
Lock it in, let the whole world see. This is our country, this is home to me. I've seen good people bite their tongue till it
Well,
bleeds.
notice they
Being
laughed
one
at the
cast, turn it
governor
to
on
a public
steroids.
disease. One bad clip, one screenshot, and you're done. They want your job, your name, your life for fun. Meanwhile, the bills keep climbing, the tank stays low. But they're busy picking fights over a word you wrote. I'm not your puppet, I'm not your trend. I'm not apologizing because I won't bend. And then they shot Charlie, and they celebrate. Then they have the audacity to accuse us of hate. This is our country, and we're taking it back. Disagree or feel my fist in your face. Man, I won't trade my voice for a quiet life. People coming here making
Come on,
their
man,
cousins
make
their
them
wife.
everything down.
Bitch, there's a problem with your brain. People are afraid to call out the insane. Men wanted me to call them a woman. You need to be locked in a mental asylum. I'm done playing around so you can feel tall. Try to shut me up and I'll build a bigger wall. This is our country. You don't get to decide who gets a voice and who's got a hide. Not your outrage machine, not your moral police, not your saying my way just to buy some peace. We stand when it matters, we don't fold, we don't flinch. Got roots in the dirt, in the fire, in the ribs. Raise it up, lock it in, let the whole world see. This is our country, this is home to me. Look, they sell fear for clicks, then call it being kind. Act like disagreement is a hate crime. One crowd gets a megaphone, one crowd gets a mute, one crowd gets excuses, one crowd gets the boot. They want a soft nation, fragile spine, where you whisper your truth and you die inside. Now, from sweat and grit, from Cali's
you
hands,
missed the
from
song
flags on
again.
porches and worn out plans, from folks who don't quit when the lights go out. We don't need permission to speak up loud. Say sit down, I rise, say hush, I shout. You can't cancel a heart that won't black out. I won't kneel to a mob with a brand new Bible. I won't trade my backbone just to seem more likable. We're more than your labels, more than your fight. We're the ones still building when you're chasing the light. This is our country, you don't get to decide who gets a voice and who's got a hide. Not your outrage machine, not your moral police, not your say it my way just to buy some peace. This is our country. This is our country. This is our country.
Cool, man.
This is our country.
We got your back.
This is on to me, 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 on to me. This is on to me, on to me, on to me, on to me. This is on to me. You can call us what you want. We're still here, and we're done being quiet.
Men over.
Well, and we done being
Hey,
quiet.
Joe,
Huh?
Jay, what'd you think of the song?
Jay's
Jay.
he's being mentally probed right now. It's
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Sorry, I had my mic muted. Yeah, I know it was good, Sean. Would you write the whole lyrics and then just have the AI run it and run the music for it?
All I did was type in words that pertain to our show. Okay. And I sent it through the app, and it came out with that song.
Oh wow, cool.
it's
So what do you
I know,
think
it's cool.
about being an opening for us? What do you think?
I have no problem with that. I think it'll work.
Yeah. No, we're gonna use for an open for a while, and then well, openings change, people. Personalities change, things change. So no, I think it'll work great for the three of us. Yeah. Now, when we add a fourth host or a female host, we might have to have him go back and add a name to it. Who were you talking? Oh no, that was Leah last night. Yeah, she stopped by. Her and Liam, Leah and Liam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Liam, like when you. Oh wait.
Liam. Yeah.
Okay, so name a sci-fi person named Liam. Only one that comes to mind right now is from the ones with the blue aliens. Oh, Earth Final Conflict. Yes, he's the second guy. He replaces the Boone character from the first season. Yes,
Yeah, I
his name
didn't
is
even know
Liam.
that. I never really paid attention to that episode or that show.
He grew up in like 2 episodes. Yes,
Are you serious,
he was
Jay?
fans in his
Are
balls,
you
kids.
serious? You didn't? Holy crap, Jay! You don't pay attention to that one, my friend.
No, not really.
Well,
Actually, Gene, Majel Rideberry had creative control over. Majel had control over Andromeda and that one, Earth Final Conflict. Yeah, Earth Final Conflict should have been a good series. It wasn't a horrible series. It was, I don't know, it was kind of disjointed. It jumped around. Yeah, it could have been way better than what it was. Bad writing. The actors weren't all bad, but the writing was pretty bad. Andromeda was just Hercules in space. Come on.
Yeah.
That's all that was. I mean, I was fine with it. Look, and it was okay. It was just typical because it was just sci-fi. It wasn't trying to be anything but sci-fi. They weren't trying to be Star Trek or anybody else. They were just being, Hercules in space. Let's go kick some ass and save some people. Yes. It's Kevin Sorbo. What else can he be? No, I'm not hating on Kevin. I'm just saying it's anyway, fuck it. You like it, you don't like it, whatever. There's just a lot of sci-fi out there that you kind of regret spending time watching.
Yeah, but I don't know. The Hercules was pretty. I mean, it was entertaining. Was it
Hercules.
Was it historical and factual to the story? No. But so what?
Yeah, it was fact, people.
They took some liberties. And then, but in the same time frame, they had the same producers did the Xena Warrior Princess. Was it accurate in time frame, historical accurate? Hell no. But it was fun to watch, and for more than two reasons.
Yeah, Lucy Loveless and Lucy Lovelace.
Little FYI, everybody who listens to our show, tomorrow at 2 a.m. you have to move your clocks up an hour.
Oh, nice.
And we're hoping. Well, Mississippi says they're going to make it permanent. A couple other states I heard said they're going to make it permanent, and nobody wants to go back anymore. Fuck it.
Yeah,
they're going forward and back.
Tired of flipping, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, they've proven it does harm to your body, people. Because your brain's like, what the fuck, man? You're used to getting up at this time. You're still getting up. It's just now it's an hour earlier. You're like, oh fuck, because it's hard to teach yourself to go to sleep for a while.
It takes a couple of weeks to readjust.
You're already halfway through the fucking cycle and getting ready to flip again. It fucking sucks. About 3 months, 2 to 3 months for most people. Yeah, but that's halfway through the cycle. It's only 6 month cycles. And then wop, thank you, wop. Nah, fuck that. Leave it.
You're welcome, Eugenio. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
No, you mean Trump? I'll look. There's some pretty good mixes with Trump in it. Besides We Are the World, there's some other stuff, and there's some Trump loving stuff. The Democrats always suck when they put out stuff. It's hard to watch.
Question, Joe: did Fetterman get booted out of the Democratic Party?
I don't think they can without a vote.
Who did?
Fetterman.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be taken to a vote. And
no, he didn't get booted out. Why would he get booted out?
Well, it's all over the internet.
I don't know. Nah.
Well, it's also there was also something all over the internet that they said that George Soros had been placed under house arrest. His compound was stormed with armored vehicles, air vehicles, dogs. Like 1,000 men. His son had fled to UAE, where there's no extradition treaty. I don't think that's a real story, but that's been going around the internet too.
No, well,
I'm right there with you, Kat.
George Soros' days are numbered, so it's the kid. He is smart. I don't know how many kids George Soros. I only know the one day.
Yeah, one boy. One boy.
Yeah, he's with Huma Adin. Yeah.
But Sean, if it's one, it's more than one.
Yeah,
not if he's with Huma, it's not. Huma don't put up with that shit. That's why she left Wiener. They ain't no fooling around. She ain't that kind of girl. And he got a lot of money, but there's a lot of guys got a lot of money that want to sleep with her. So, Jack, she's the one who left her laptop in a car in Saudi Arabia without a code, with all kind of U.S. military documentation and military movements on it. She said it was an accident.
Yeah, right.
It was an accident. And then while that was going on, they were looking all over. Her husband got in trouble for talking to for showing something to an underage a teenager, like 15, 16-year-old. He had like 4 years or 5 years or something.
A lot of people are stupid, Cat. There's a lot of stupid people.
Yeah, and then they got in his laptop and found out all about all kind of other stuff. Yeah, including Hunter Biden. No, the biggest thing that got Hunter Biden in trouble was the idiot cocaine addict left his laptop at a repair shop for God knows how long. And then the guy just opened it up. Well, you got to give him the code to get in. He can't work on it if you can't have access to it. So he had the code to get in it. He just got bored one day and went and surfing through Hunter Biden's laptop. Found all kind of interesting stuff.
I'll bet. Yeah.
Can you imagine going through Epstein's computer?
Yeah, that ought to be interesting. I don't know now. It ought to be pretty clean now. Beanie with a tiny weenie. That ain't my problem, man. I don't like guys anyway. I don't know what to tell you.
So, help me understand something. Did Prince Andrew, did he have sexual relationships with Meghan Markle?
I sure hope not.
I'm just saying because that threw a big monkey wrench in the royal family. Whatever Meghan.
I don't. Megan's so hated by the royals. I don't think it would matter anyway. I mean, they just hate the bitch for whatever reason. I mean, she's hard to like. She's one of those kind of people. Unfortunately, she's just hard to like. She lets her ego walk out in front of her. She wears her ego on her sleeves, is what she does, and because she needs to feed it. No, Jack. And in some way or another, everybody needs to feed it. Even if you don't have one, then you're going to do something. Who, me? Yeah, I have a decent ego. Yes. Why?
Yeah, he has a big ego.
It's not like it used to be. It's actually calmed down a little these days. Unless somebody pisses me off, and that's a whole different thing. Can I be an asshole? I most certainly can be. Yeah, I try not to be. I'm old now. I like to get upset. Yeah, because I turn into the Hulk and shit. My face starts changing colors. My eyes flip colors. I'm about the Hulk out, but we don't want to go there. Probably radiation I was exposed to when I worked on the Nimitz. Yeah, a couple of times when I was in the engine room, the little badge that's turquoise turned pink. Yeah, it means fatal exposure. Yeah, I'm still alive, aren't I?
Well, look what happened to me. Now I'm talking to some people about the cancer I had. I was on the which one was I on? The Independence, and I slept under pipes. I have no doubt in my mind, sir, that they're saying that I could have caught asbestos from them pipes.
You could have. If they had asbestos, if they were asbestos wrapped pipes. I know when we were exposed to it, I was exposed to it worse. We started ripping out, we were doing tile work and we were ripping out these tiles, and I finally went ahead and tested them. Bitches turned out to be asbestos. But Mark, it reeks different on different people in different ways. Cancer's just like that. I lost a mom and a dad to cancer. I lost other family members to cancer.
My father.
I lost my grandmother, one of my uncles, my dad, my mom, great grandparents. Man, about half the family died of cancer at least. Another half probably died of heart attacks. No, my grandfather on my mom's side, he had a bunch of heart attacks. And he'd been brought to life a couple of times. I mean, he was up like 12 heart attacks. And but the doctor told him one of the reasons he was living is his heart was scarred so bad that it wasn't really doing any damage.
Sorry, Cat, about that. My condolences.
He was out working one day. He was running a Gradall. He's like 69, 70. He's working on his Gradall. He had a heart attack. Well, the heart attack didn't kill him. He fell off the damn Gradall and it ran him over. And that's what killed him. Yeah, what a way to go. That's one of them things. Yeah, it's rough. Well, so many people get cancer now. You got to wonder why we haven't cured it or at least controlled it. I'm surprised that it's not a vaccine now, or there is a vaccine actually for some cancers. So,
not mine. Hey, Mark Eddie. Not mine, man. I have no doubt in my mind how all my pain, all my stuff that happened to me came from that 2019 situation.
You
And
know,
that's the truth. No,
there
I'm
may
being honest with you.
there may be something. No, you know what? There may be something else that caused you problems, and I just learned actually today. So our lovely government back, I think it was 47 or 48, treated a bunch of ticks with radiation and dropped them through the Appalachians, all the way into the Virginias, all the way down the coast. So basically, from Pennsylvania across, all the way across, and then down through to the bottom of Virginia. All those mountain ranges through there are loaded with these ticks, loaded with them. I
How
was like,
many
what?
did they release?
The experiment was to see if they could proliferate at a big rate. Well, guess what? I guess they did. We were watching it today on the news, but it was I can't remember the name of the project, but I'm pretty sure you could look it up, find it pretty easy. And if it's as long as it's legit, it should be easy to find.
Do you
No,
have a
it was
lot of ticks in New Orleans and Mississippi, Joe?
You see them from time to time. Since I've lived here, one dog got one tick, and I just got it off. It wasn't a big deal. And then I remember one of my nephews, we were out for Halloween. He got a tick right in his forehead. It looked like one of them Indian dots, but it was white, and it was about yay big because it was sucking blood. I'm like, what the hell is that? I said, oh, and then I went to reach to grab, and then I realized what it was. And then my aunt reached over and grabbed it, and blood went shooting all over the place. I was laughing my ass off. But it's Halloween, come on. I mean, Johnny, that's John, Mr. Goodwin. Mr. Goodwin, I'm on air at the moment, Mr. Goodwin. I can't text anybody. My text is out on my phone. They're sending me a new Sims card. Gave me a free month of service. I've been having a problem. I mean, it was getting text, and I couldn't answer anybody. It would just say, Cindy. Don't ask me. That's why they're sending me that. I may have to end up getting a new phone. Denise, you were going to Bayou tour? Are you sure? Okay, first off, Bayou is just a body of water. There are some really cool bayous down here. There's a couple you can hop in the boat with people, and they'll take you out and feed the gators and show you the hanging moss and all the weird old places where weird bad stuff was done. So the swamps around in New Orleans, that's where all the bad stuff was done. It's like you just slide your corpse in the water, the gators eat you. There's no evidence left over. Some hair pooped out somewhere, but that was about it. Apparently, even gators can't digest hair. Not at least the first time around. No, that's why they did a lot of the bad stuff. Matter of fact, okay.
What is the ratio of alligators eating humans down around that area?
No, they don't eat humans. Alligators don't. I mean, if you stupid and go fall in the water or hang your hand over somewhere, they grab hold of it, drag you in the water, or rip your hand off, you might get eaten. But for the most part, they're alligators attacks, but most of the time they don't eat you. They get off. Once you start beating them on the head and shit or hit them in the eye a couple of times, they tend to let go. But just like Florida, Louisiana, and the lower Gulf Coast has salty croc. And salty crocs will eat your ass in a fucking heartbeat. They're bigger than alligators, and they're way more vicious. Gene, the crocodiles are just way more vicious than alligators. They're just way meaner.
It's because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Yeah, it probably is. But whatever it is.
So ornery.
Well, supposedly the most vicious crocodiles in the world live in the Nile.
Yes, and they're huge. They're like 26 and 27 foot long.
Yeah, they get monstrous. Gators tend to only get around between 16 and 20 feet. I think 20 feet might even be a record.
Hey, Jay, Heidi says, good evening.
Hey, Heidi, how's it going?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was at Michael's looking at brushes to make cactuses with.
Oh, so you're looking at painting stuff and not participating in the show. Huh.
Oh, I'm absolutely participating. I heard everything that was going on.
Yeah. But your mind was on painting.
Oh, my mind's on 10 or 15 things all at once all the time. I'm a Vulcan, dude. I am not like the rest of these human beings around here that only think on one thing.
I'm too old to think of one thing.
Yeah.
I just want to wake up, and all I want to do is just wake up.
We should make
hurting.
We should make, yeah, that would be fucking nice. We should make Sean watch Star Trek Academy.
Oh God, I stopped watching it. I
And
stopped.
Jay, damn it, Jay, shut up. I'm telling you to watch it, man. Just shut the fuck up, Jay. Damn, you are not helping the situation here.
I don't know if I can do that to a friend, man.
I need an honest opinion by a non-watcher what they think about it. I know what I think about it. I know what you think about it. Oh no, I love it. I think it's the best Star Trek ever, Gene. Oh God, yes. Gene Roddenberry would love it. He would be like, "Oh God, why didn't I think of it?"
Gene who?
Roddenberry. He's the guy who wrote Star Trek, created Star Trek, I should say.
Yeah. Eugene Roddenberry.
Yeah, he was he was progressive. No, Gene was a progressive. And Star Trek was progressive. It just wasn't woke. Now it's woke.
Now it's woke as shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's just hard to watch. Besides, watching a Vulcan in a male Vulcan in skirt is unnerving for some reason.
Yeah.
Just doesn't feel right. He can be as gay as he wants. I don't want to walk around in a skirt. I don't want to see his Vulcan junk hanging out. Come on.
Yes, Cat. Yeah, Cat.
I mean, not Vulcan, Klingon junk. Sorry. I
was just going to say, Cat wanted to know if Heidi was in the room, and she is in the room. Heidi, Cat's in the room somewhere. We got to figure that out or talk to StreamYard about that, because we have I know on my show, there's 3 different places where people can't see other people talking.
Yeah, that varies for some reason. Sometimes it's on Facebook, sometimes on YouTube, sometimes it's on Rumble. Maybe StreamYard has limited bandwidth.
Well, and also it may also be due to the orientation of your phone this way versus that way. Landscape versus portrait.
What do you mean, like Jackie Kennedy? Is that what you're talking about? Was she hotter than Millennia? Well, no, they were both hot in different ways.
Yeah, Jackie Kennedy was a very pretty lady.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
They were both just different women, different looks.
Hey, who agrees that John Jr. there? Do you think he died in that plane along with his wife and sister-in-law?
Yeah,
I don't.
I think he did. I think Hillary made sure he was gone.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Oh, no doubt on my mind.
She was going to be running against him. I think she just made sure he was gone.
It was extremely convenient how that played out. I mean, there's no. I mean, come on.
But they didn't find no bodies, and there's a lot of people saying that. I think he's still alive somehow because they didn't find no bodies.
Yeah, because sharks ate his ass. That's why there wasn't no bodies. All that we hit the water, ripped them apart. All that blood, them sharks had field.
I mean, even if let's say out of clear blue sky, they were able to detect the plot against their lives, and they jumped out of the airplane at the very last possible second before it exploded. If they landed in the ocean, they quite possibly could have not survived by being again eaten by sharks. But didn't they crash over Puget Sound? Not Puget Sound. Gosh, it's a really posh place over in New York, where everybody goes. So they were near their destination when they crashed. They weren't wasn't on takeoff. Where most crashes occur is either on takeoff or on landing. Usually it's not in the air. It's usually moments after takeoff or moments before landing. His was they were 20 minutes or so, or 30 minutes or 40 minutes from their destination. Boom! Their plane falls out of the sky. Very suspicious.
Well,
Miss Hillary did that one.
They think he was flying upside down because he wasn't instrument rated, and he wasn't. He couldn't tell what was up or down. Now, people, I would say, okay, maybe that's true. Maybe he was flying upside down. But you know how you know when you're upside down? Because your fucking ass is on the roof.
Yeah.
A and B, even small planes like Cessnas have an earth ball. If the blue part is facing up on your cockpit, turn the fucking plane around because you're going the wrong direction, stupid.
So
it's brain surgery.
I was like, now if he was low to the ground and it flipped, then yeah, he was probably dead.
Or underwater. If he was operating a submarine underwater, I can understand them being upside down because then gravity wouldn't affect you so much. You probably wouldn't hit especially if you're seat belted in. But there's no horizon to check yourself with.
No, Jack, I really just think he just flew right into the because if he was flying like this, because Jay was talking about the altimeter. Well, anyway,
The gimbal.
yeah. So if he was flying like this, and he was flying along, and he suddenly went up or down, it would move really quickly. But if he was just down, like so, he started out here, and he was because they were drinking. They already had known that, and he was just kind of gradually coming down a foot at a time. It wouldn't have showed, and he'd have been dead. I've flown in enough planes, both in the military and out of the military, to know you can gradually come down, and that fucker barely even moves. Not, and when you see it, even if it's down a little bit, you're like, okay, but you're still flying level, but you're not. You're tilted, and you're slowly but surely going down. And when you're traveling at 400 miles an hour, that little bit of tilt comes up quickly.
Your shadow comes really quick.
Yeah, so I don't know. Honestly, I think he was killed. I don't think it was an accident. If he wasn't going to be running, it
wasn't.
If it would have been anybody but Hillary Clinton, he was going to run against for Senate. I said, okay, maybe.
If it was anyone's last name but Kennedy, regardless of whether Clinton's involved, the conspiracy is there.
Well,
just his last name alone.
I don't think it's a conspiracy. I believe she had something to do with that, dude.
I agree.
Well, no, but he's meaning conspiracy because how many Kennedys have died getting into politics. I mean, Kennedy, he died in office. His brother died trying to get into office, and his son died trying to get into office. So it's and then Teddy almost died trying to get into office but he killed that girl instead. So they always had something over his head. Kennedys just have a fucking curse.
That's brought on by their dad.
But the other Kennedy. Robert Jr. over here, Robert Jr. over here said this to the family and jumped, and now he's going to live and he's going to be in office and live. How you like them apples, people? He's a Kennedy serving in a high position in our government, and he's still alive. Holy moly, patoli!
Well, I think he pretty much, well, like you said, he gave the moms the good brush off.
Yeah.
And they know if they fuck with him that they're going to get fucked with right back. So
was he crazy? Yeah, he was crazy. He did some crazy shit. I remember.
Still is.
One of the stories was they had found some whale on the beach and they were cutting it up and bringing it home with them. Well, the funny part about it is most people are like, oh, he must have been hungry. It must have been no people. Whale blubber and this, I forgot what it's called, this yellow stuff in whales. This shit is literally like, where's it, bio something bio? Anyway, this shit is worth $10,000 an ounce. So if you see it, you grab it. Matter of fact, when you see it on the beach, it just looks like a blubber of sea foam, but it kind of jiggles. And that's what it is. And it's outrageously worth a lot of money. They make all kind of stuff, and especially perfumes. And then other parts of the whale are worth quite a bit of money too. Well, he had he got something else and strapped it to the car. I think it was a moose or something. I don't know. Maybe Grandma didn't want to give him no money. That's how he had to feed the family. Barbecued whale. I'm pretty sure that's against the law about eating whale, though. I remember he did some coke when he was younger.
I think he still does. You seen his hands shake?
He's I seen Kennedy. I mean, not Kennedy. I seen Clinton's handshake. Clinton was like, it was funny when Clinton first came. Well, they say he's got that disease, so at first his hands like this.
I think
and it's shaking just about this, and then they started asking tough questions, and it started shaking like this.
Yeah.
So
that's Parkinson's, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, but it definitely. The harder the question you got, the more it shook.
Well, I mean, they're strange. I don't know. I never met him. I wasn't there. I don't know. It's old. Every time they go to one of these kinds of things, it's the same story over and over again, regardless of what they're being questioned about. I don't know. I wasn't there. I lost the files. Every time. I 100% know. I guarantee you, Bill knows what he was doing.
Bill should just say, look.
Maybe Bill's right. He didn't get involved in it, but he's complicit by knowing about it.
Nah, he was in the tub with the kid, so he's guilty.
He's 100%. I guarantee you. If he didn't participate with sexual activities with young children, and he's aware of them, those activities going on, he is complicit in the crime, and he doesn't need the DOJ doesn't need Epstein as a corroborating witness. They can just slap a charge on him and put him in court.
Marco, will they? I don't know. Will they go after the Clintons?
Will they though? Yeah, that's a big thing.
Well, a lot has to do with who's going to have the House in a couple of months. Yeah, I mean, if the Democrats take the House back, nothing's going to happen.
Or if they keep it,
everything's going to be an executive order, and everything's going to be getting challenged. I mean, they'll be passing some bills, but only Democrat heavy bills. It's not going to be anything else.
At the same time, Joe, they're also not only going to do bills; they're probably going to get a couple of Williams passed as well. Boom, boom.
How about Jasmine Crockett losing?
Oh God, that sucks. All of the Fox News team is devastated because they were rooting for her. They're like, we want her to win so that the Republicans can have somebody to make fun of.
And that one dickhead with the eye patch, he's an asshole. He's a big asshole. He turned on his military brothers. Dan Crenshaw, he lost. Thank God.
Oh, okay. Was he running for Republican or Democrat?
Republican.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there was like 4 of them, so it was hard to keep track of who was who.
Well, there's still going to be another runoff, and then they'll pick the candidates.
Well, wasn't there? There were 3 Democrats and 4 Republicans. Is that right?
I think so. I think that's what they were.
So and there's a lot to keep up with. 7 candidates.
Yeah. So, but now there's 2 and 2, and then there'll be 1 and 1,
and then eventually none and none.
I would have thought that would have been the primary. Whoever won would have been the candidate, but for some reason they said there's going to be another one. Hey,
well, then it's not a primary; it's a secondary because they've already had one.
Yeah, I never trust.
You can't have 2 firsts. So one's a first. You just had that, and so they can't have another primary. So it's got to be secondary. That's the only. Why do they call it a primary?
I never trust anything off of the news anymore.
Me neither.
They're constantly saying stuff, and I'm correcting their grammar. Like, it's not that, it's this, you moron. Learn your English.
Michael, no, I live on the coast, Michael. Yes. Yes. So
yeah, if he were to stand up and jump, you would see he's wearing board shorts and sandals from the waist down. Everything up is business, everything below is surf. It's surf.
Hey,
if it was Friday night, it would be a fake photo.
Jay, I do the same thing. I'm in my underwear when I go on the show.
We don't need to know that. People don't need to know that. We do not.
We already knew that anyway, Sean. You got that brass pole in your room behind you that you do them secret sexy dances for your lady friends.
We heard all about that, man.
We know all about you, Sean.
Heidi was telling us about them special Chippendale performances. And shame on you, Heidi. Damn. Shame on y'all. You know, I mean, I'm gonna have to ask Michelle. She was over there. Shame.
He does. At least in his defense, he does charge 90 cents a minute. So
yes, I do.
I always remember pants.
I always remember pants.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and don't forget the one thing about pants. I put my pants on the same way as everyone else, both legs at once.
Yeah.
I just want to wake up without hurting. That's my goal.
Well, you know,
I agree with him. I've been fighting.
All right, Eugenia. Very good, buddy.
Kidney still hurts.
So we
Eugenia, studs always get haters. Yes.
Well, we do. So Fridays is Naked Admin Friday anyway. You're supposed to be naked when you host it. Yes.
Hey, you hear that, Sean?
Yes, I heard
naked
that.
Next Saturday.
So that started when we used to host a support group on Pal Talk before it became a regular channel, and that was always the thing. It was all you couldn't really see anybody, so it was Naked Admin Friday. Oh no, we had cameras. Every now and then somebody pop a camera, you'd see like from here up, or with the girls, you'd see from like here up. It was Naked Admin Friday. It was good therapy. We did it on the network for a long time. But like I said, back in the early days, we didn't have video on here. It was just audio. So I could just, if you heard things jiggling, then you might,
might give you a black eye too, Joe.
Well, Michael used to like to hang those little Christmas bells on his, what? And I was like, Michael. He sent me a picture that one time. I was like, Michael. So you should send that to Stephanie.
Well, see, Michael's a cool guy, but he didn't have it right on that occasion. So you don't put jingle bells down there.
Yeah,
No.
the little round
No,
kind too.
you hang mistletoe just below your navel.
Oh, that's a good one. There you go.
That's what you do. That's how you get things going.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how you get kicked square in the ball.
Yes. You want to go home sounding
Right.
like Curly Howard?
Say, cha-cha.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Some kung fu mixing. No, so no, they think there's something moving around. I seen that earlier. Jay and I talked about it last night, but they think there's something moving around on the inside of the moon. It's creating enough some kind of vibration. I don't know. We always thought the moon was hollow because it fucking goes bing.
From Apollo 11 to Apollo 17, there have been seismic devices left at each landing site. And when the Lunar Excursion Module, the LEM, which was launched off of the legs, so part of the platform remains. The part that the astronauts are in launches off of that, goes back, meets with the command module. They hook up, the pilots leave, and then they eject the LEM and drop it to the moon. When that body hits the moon on Apollo 11, the moon vibrated for 45 minutes. On Apollo 12, it vibrated for an hour and 44 minutes. And then for each successive one, it rang for at least 2 hours or more when the LEM bell hit the surface of the moon. That can only indicate one thing. Those are 5 or 6 different landing sites, thousands of miles away, and every one of them, the thing rings like a gong for hours. That can only indicate one thing. There's nothing underneath the surface. It's hollow.
Hey, Jay, here's a question for you, Jay.
Yes.
Why do you all think they are disclosing the laser tech weapons now during the Iran conflict?
Well, they're asking if you
something
think
better.
they are. They're asking if you think they are doing the weapons. I haven't seen any evidence. I mean, I've seen laser weapons being used out there against the drones, but just typical, regular lasers that we have on ships.
What you're seeing being deployed right now is the stuff that we have that's fantastic and advanced. But they didn't even use it. Our advanced torpedoes on that ship the other day. They used a Mark 48, which is the normal capacity. We have one that's called an ADCAP, added capacity 40. It's longer, faster, a little bit bigger, and has a larger payload, more explosives. They didn't even use one of those. So whatever it is that they're using, they're trying to get rid of stuff that they don't need anymore. There's something better coming down the pike, and they're burning off. Well, for one thing, they're cutting the snake off at the head before it strikes, which I agree with. Number two, the undisclosed goal here is to get rid of a lot of ordnance that we no longer need.
Yeah.
Wu says Raphael Defense Industries is a big player in the laser weapon tech.
So is General Dynamics. They're the largest contractor on at least on the naval side of things.
I don't know if you guys talked about it last night, but how about the Kurds marching in? I love it.
I think I heard something before. We were playing games all day, but I heard something before my buddies came over about either Rubio or Trump's talking to them and settling them down, and I don't think they're doing that now.
No, they're still invading into Iran. Yeah, the part they're in right now that they're talking about, they technically already have, but I guess they're clearing it out, and then they were discussing going further and deeper into Iran. They want to take advantages. They got weapons coming in.
What are they going to do? They're going to divvy up Iran like they did to Korea, North and South Korea, and cut it in half, cut it in thirds.
I don't know.
You got the Kurds in the north and the Kurds in the west, and then the idiots in the middle.
Well, no, the Kurds just want to take a chunk out of Iran, like the top quarter, and they want to do the same thing with Iraq, and then they got their own country. Smaller than Iraq in Iran, but larger than Kuwait.
Well, didn't there used to be a Kurdistan country just before World War II?
I think there was.
So maybe it's not a bad idea to just parcel up the land, and you Houthis get this, and you Houthis get that, and
I don't even see the Houthis being around anymore, dude.
Well, they're
Well-
out there blowing shit up. So
Any that survive, if they're not going to be summarily executed on site, then you got to give them somewhere to live. And if you cross this line, we're going to set you on fire.
The Gaza
Plain and
Strip.
simple.
Send them there.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
no, Kuwait's not an enemy, Goofy. They did shoot down 3 of our jets, but they're not an enemy.
They're just idiots. That's all.
Yeah, that's friendly fire, and we've lost more casualties friendly fire than to unfriendly fire. 4-2.
We lost 3 obsolete jets, and 6 pilots got a free weekend pass from their captains. That's all that happened there.
As far as I know,
6 pilots got a pass, and 3 planes went down.
there was one rumor of a pilot being taken in Iran, but I didn't hear because I never heard of any airplanes going down there. So
There is a lot of also false news coming out of the bad Terraini side. So I wouldn't trust much news coming out of there.
well, the Iranians said they blew all kind of stuff up on the Lincoln, and
never touched it.
never touched it. They were showing
Yeah.
the Navy was showing pictures of it yesterday and today.
That's all AI.
Now the
Well-
problem for the Navy is though they are running out of missiles.
Yes, they are. But they're not running out of bullets. And we have phalanx. And phalanx can take out all kinds of missiles, including not hypersonic, but at least the supersonic ones.
Jeffrey Phalanx is just basically a badass machine gun.
What
hold
it
on.
is
Hold on,
basically
hold on.
it's a 20 millimeter cannon. It's a Gatling gun. It's radar controlled. On the boats, you'll see usually it's on the wing caps, on the conning towers, on the wing, like way up high. On the carriers, it's only on the conning tower, so there's not very many placements for it. But on the destroyers, they're prominently placed on the sides, and it's got this big white radome on top of it, and it's radar controlled. And when it detects a missile, it just goes and shoots out a football field wide field of lead, 100 yards wide and 120 yards long and however wide. And whatever is inside that field of lead, when it passes through, it is no more.
Jack, they can't use.
Fantastic weapon.
So
Knocked my
using-
father on his ass when he was on a
Yeah.
carrier one time.
So using EMP can be used for drones. Using it for missiles, though, most missiles are EMP hardened. You're not going to be able to use it.
Ours, yeah. So the Iranian missiles might not be because they really didn't have much of a nuclear
I don't know.
program.
They might still be hardened from electronics for electronics.
No, well, I disagree. The ones that they built in house or in country, no. The ones they got maybe from Russia and China, perhaps yes. But I don't think they had advanced enough in their nuclear programs to have taught themselves the hardware and software to harden their electronics against it.
They have, I don't know, they had some pretty advanced technology in missiles. It's, I mean, they still,
Yeah, but I don't think
we're
they were
copying their drones.
hardened against EMP.
And-
That's a whole. I mean, you have missiles, and then you have hard missiles against EMP. It's a way higher level, way higher.
in some aspects, it is. Sometimes it's just a weight
It's
level.
a lot more technology. I just don't think they were close. I don't think they were far from it, but they definitely. I don't think they had
No,
it.
you don't actually need electronics to shield EMP. You can simply do
Okay,
it with
so
certain types of metals.
let's rephrase the conversation.
Just
here.
wrap the
I don't-
the
I don't
field.
think they had the capability to make their own weapons EMP safe, but they may have had some given to them from their friends in Russia and China. But could they make their own? No, I don't believe they could.
Well, after they got the ones from Russia and China, they could. They're good copycats.
Well,
They got
but
one.
yeah,
Look at it. They got one stinking drone from us.
they've just
They got
got
one of the
those
best
now
drone-
in defense of their country. I don't think they really have time to be like pulling them apart and looking at them while we're dropping bombs down their poopsie.
I think
You know
they've
what I
had
mean?
them. I think they've had them for a while. Because
Well,
I
it
did.
doesn't
I
matter
did
'cause we're-
notice that. I did notice that
we're blowing
one.
their shit out of the sky anyway. So
Yeah, well, I did notice that one ballistic missile didn't go down when them drones fell out the sky. It kept coming, and we shot it down with something else. We shot it down with one of those $4 million, whatever the fuck they call them. No, Jack, it sucks when they're launching $30,000 drones and we're launching $2 million missiles. Yeah, that adds up fast. Well, their missiles aren't cheap either, but right now they're using drones, cheap
yeah,
drones.
but the
One
cost,
way.
the cost for what's been deployed has been already budgeted out prior to this. So whatever they shoot, we're not losing any money. Of course, it will need to be replaced. But at the meantime, right now, like I said, I think the reason why there's a good reason for this is that there is a new system coming that's better than the ones we're currently carrying. So what better way to get rid of it than to pummel some idiot who refused to negotiate with our president? And I have no sympathy for that Khomeini dude.
And some of it is the fact that we gave Ukraine a lot of shit under the Biden administration. And we sold a lot of shit to the Europeans.
Well, they're also touting this all over the news, but we talked about it last night. You know, Obama and Biden basically funded what we're trying to stop now. If they hadn't been given billions of dollars on money on pallets of, 44-foot wide, 44-inch wide pallets, we wouldn't be fighting this. They wouldn't have these. They wouldn't be near, weeks away from near nuclear capability either. That's a fact.
So why did Obama give them the money so you don't have to deal with them anymore? I don't know. See, that's one thing I don't understand. I don't understand.
He was trying to shut them up and make a deal with them, and they reneged on it. I mean, every president since Reagan should have stomped the shit out of Iran, and none of them did until him.
Yeah,
until Trump, and now everyone's like, "Oh man, I can't believe you're doing this, Trump." It should have happened on day one in either 1979 or day two after we got the hostages back. And one of those two events, either Carter or Reagan should have said, fuck this. Our first attempt didn't work. Slap the shit out of them. I mean, this has been 47 years that these people have terrorized the planet. And it isn't just America. They terrorized Europe. They've terrorized Russia. They've terrorized China. They've terrorized Japan. You name a country where they haven't gone in and done some kind of, boom, and blown somebody up. It's fucking insane, and blow these people up. I'm sorry. I have absolutely no sympathy for what's going on to the leaders of Iran right now. It should have happened 47 fucking years ago. Pardon my French.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all falls. I was watching a thing with Adam Schiff and what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name.
I saw that.
And Adam Schiff is such a
Isn't it funny how his name is the same name as the head DA in like the first 12 seasons of Law and Order? DA Adam Schiff.
Shitty Schiff.
Oh my!
That's
God.
what we all call him, Shitty Schiff. But
a funny side to that. I watched Law and Order for years, and I love DA Adam Schiff. I don't know why. The man's face and the way he talked, just for some reason, jived with he seemed very, very similar and familiar, and I knew him somehow. When IMDb came around, I looked him up, and guess what? He was the first dude in Mission Impossible. Like he was the guy before Peter Graves, but he was Peter Graves' character or position in that show. And when I found that out, I was like, oh my God, holy cow! No wonder no one liked this guy, because Mission Impossible was like mine and my dad's TV show, and we watched that show religiously through the 70s. I mean, they had this big yellow two people couch my dad and I would sit on, and like this, we would watch that show for an hour. And then he'd go, all right, go to bed. I'm like, damn it, let me watch the next show.
what the hell? Okay, let's see. Let's leave this. We're gonna go. We got Jay found a song, and I'm gonna play this, and then we need to play a song behind it. But I don't know, something 4 or 5 minutes.
All right.
We're gonna watch Morning Joe. Y'all know y'all all love Morning Joe. Don't be hating on Morning Joe. Or if you hate on Morning Joe, I'm going to play If This Offends You, Fuck You. I can send this over to Jay right now, so you better watch it. No, you know when we're playing it blind, it's actually called Six Gun Siren. That's the name, I guess, of her or it or whatever it is. But that's what it's called. But the song I'm looking at right now, it says, this is official, fuck you. Yes. If this offends you, fuck you. Yes, that's the name of it. And it's Six Gun, Siren. Using my 6 gun, I ought to slap the shit out of her ass. Anyway, we're going to put this on right quick because I know how much y'all love.
Okay, I found a good one.
Okay. What's it? I know y'all love Joe's Woman. Yeah, you know, you got the hots for what's her name? I can't even think of her name now. She made me think about her. Damn. Must be some psychological thing. I blocked her head right, blocked her face right out of my head. So anyway, we're gonna put this on and y'all can let me know what you think. I'm sure this is some Democrat love fest we got going on here. That's kind of what it looks like. And if anybody pukes, not on the screen. Okay. All right, here we go.
If you look at the numbers, even with American wars, they don't add up.
I want to show you one more clip of that, of Scott Galloway on MSNBC. Here he is absolutely demolishing Mika Brzezinski, who is the wife of Joe Scarborough. And, well, just watch this.
One of my pet peeves seems to be one of your pet peeves, and that is, 2 million people have been killed in the Sudan civil war. I haven't seen a protest in NYU for that. Assad killed 500 Arabs. I didn't see colleges burned down. 500,000 Arabs killed by Assad. Saddam Hussein killed over 1 million Muslims in wars. I gassed them. I didn't see protests there. And yet your school is shut down right now because Israel is responding to the worst attack against Jews worldwide since the Holocaust. Help us sort through that.
And we can debate that response.
I don't know algebra, but I'm pretty good at the common denominators here and why there's no common denominators in all of these. It's just that it's Jews defending their homeland. Because if you look at the numbers, even with American wars, they don't add up.
Well, first off, good to be with you. And I especially appreciate your leadership on this issue. I'll give you some more numbers. 2,200 American servicemen killed at Pearl Harbor. We go on to kill 3.5 million Japanese, including 100,000 in one night. 2,800 Americans in 9/11. We go on to kill 400,000 people in Afghanistan and Iraq. We weren't accused of genocide. You had, if Mexico had elected a jihadist cartel to run their country, and then they incurred into Texas, and on a per capita basis killed 35,000 people, or the population of the University of Texas, and on the way back took the freshman class at SMU hostage and hid them under tunnels, what would we do? It'd be the great Sonora radioactive parking lot. But Jews are not allowed, and Israel is not allowed to prosecute a war. And they are prosecuting a war more humanely than we have done. The ratio of combatants to civilians is, of civilian death to combatant mortality is lower than it was in Mosul, lower than it was in Japan, lower than it was in Germany. So there's just a different standard for Jews in Israel when it comes to prosecuting a war. They're allowed to fight back to a truce, but unlike America or any other Western nation that has attacked this viciously, they're not allowed to win a war. It's a double standard.
Now, Galloway is really good, right? Like, that's really good, the way he can elucidate the truth out of this. By the way, it's not to defend every decision that America's ever made, and was after 9/11 going to Iraq a mistake? I mean, it largely was, right? We killed an awful lot of people. Saddam, as he said, or as Joe said before, killed 1 million Muslims. Nobody seemed to care about that. But there's only one country on earth that is somehow not allowed to win a war, and that when they defend themselves, they are then told that they are the bad guys. The reason I said that that was a destruction of Mika is because, as Joe Scarborough, who's having like a moment of lucidity, he's been somewhat decent on this issue, as he's laying out a really good question, like what is really going on here with this hypocrisy as it pertains to Israel. Then Mika's like, and we can debate their response and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, shut up.
Hey, man. Hey.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing their teeth in the day.
Previously on the you don't wait for the bad guys to have more weapons.
We're going to unleash Chang on these people.
What is Chang? Sounds like a...
We're out of here, dude. You irritating.
Yeah, I agree. He's right. And then someone else, another senator, said it too. It might even have been Speaker of the House, I think. But if the alleged reports are accurate and true, and I don't know any intelligence guys, but it's coming through the news and what President Trump has said. If they were weeks away from getting full-on ballistic missile capability, that means they can hit Europe. A few weeks from that, a few months from that, they can tweak that ballistic missile technology. Now they can hit America. We don't know how further they've recouped their nuclear acceleration programming, but we know they started to rebuild in that sector also. But they also admittedly to Trump and Rubio and other people during their discussions said that they have enough uranium already enriched enough to make 11 bombs. They only need one to really make a point. And then if they even launched one, they get their ass handed to them. But if all of that's true, they were close to getting ballistic missiles. They had 11, material enough to make 11 bombs. This not only is a preemptive strike, they're right. You don't wait for your enemy to go, oh, look what I got. Boom. No,
you don't.
Boasting in front. They're coming to you to talk about peace and getting rid of their nuclear capability, which they didn't want to get rid of. And they say first, before the discussion even begins, oh, by the way, we can make 11 bombs. If I were Rubio, I'd be like, okay, hey, guess what? Fuck you. Discussion over. And I would have left the discussion. There wouldn't have been no more. And then the bombing would have happened probably within 20 minutes. And it would have probably been also still a surprise.
Yeah, it would have been.
I mean, that country's been this way for 47 years. They've lied, they've cheated, they've done all they could to make and tweak any discussion last until the very last minute before we realize that they're just pulling our nose hairs. And they're also described in our by our administration and our government as a terroristic state. Why are we negotiating with them? Blow the living fuck out of them. We're not supposed to negotiate with terrorists or terroristic groups or states. Blow the fuck out of them.
Jay, honestly, put the song on and then go get your medication. You need
okay.
Put the song on and get your medication.
Are we up? We are not. There we go.
Where the trackers don't go, space station spins where the beer don't flow. O'Brien's out back fixing wolf coal again. Ain't no break for that Irishman. Red alert, what's the fuss this time? Don't y'all see it's deep above the nine? Deep above the nine where the wormhole shines. The only bar in space serving moonshine. Cisco shouting, Quarks counting, Worth looking mad. O'Brien must suffer, it's just kind of sad. Cardassian neighbors, they ain't too polite, stealing our cows in the dead of night. Klingons on the porch asking for a fight, but Bubba's got phasers, so they'll be alright. Red alert, grab your shotgun tight. Don't y'all see it's deep Bubba night tonight? Deep Bubba night where the wormhole shines. The only bar in space serving moonshine. Cisco's preaching, Kira's screeching, Dax looking fine. O'Brien must suffer, it's his storyline. Shines the only bar in space serving moonshine. Cisco shouting, Quarks counting, Worth looking mad. O'Brien must suffer, it's just kind of sad. Deep above a nine where the wormhole shines. The only bar in space serving moonshine. Cisco's preaching, Kira's screeching, Dax looking fine. O'Brien must suffer, it's his storyline.
EFN.
Those Klingons.
Anyway, that thing's still on my screen, man. Get that thing off my screen. What the hell, man?
I thought you were going to be throwing some bombs. Oh, you got that thrown up. Okay.
Yeah, just calm down, man. Leave Joe Rogan alone. I know you want to rub on his head. Just calm down. Gee,
Rob Schneider, if they tax rich people, are the poor people going to get that money? No.
I don't know. Tax the rich. Maybe we can tax the rich.
Are their services going to improve? No. No, you're just going to get more government.
People who have helipads on their house can help chip in for Black school districts that are perpetually underfunded.
No, you got to figure out what to do with the money you already get from everybody, and you're not doing a good job with it. Like, that's the problem.
Shout out to my fellow radicals. Think that we should live in a humane, advanced society and that we shouldn't be under the thumb of a $7 minimum wage, racist systems, because that just benefits whoever the people are in power to already be in power.
They'll tell them the reason why you're in this situation today is because of these greedy people aren't paying their share. If they paid their share, like, where's it going to go, though? Is it going to go to this corrupt government, the one who's feeding you this nonsense in the first place? What are you going to do? You're going to enrich them.
How about we do that?
If they tax rich people, are the poor people going to get that money?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Very
tax
valid
the
point.
rich. Maybe we can tax the rich.
Are their services going to improve? No. No. Rob
Schneider offended a lot of liberals with this one.
I'm all for gay pride, gay weekend, parade. I will say Gay Pride Month seems a little greedy. 4 weeks in a row. We get Veterans Day. You fight for the country, you get a day. Thank you for fighting for the country. Oh, I'm sorry, day's over. Take the meat off the barbecue. That's it. You get a day. Memorial Weekend. You die for the country. They give you a weekend. Thank you for dying for the country. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on the truck. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, kept the Union together. Gets a day. Not even his own day. He's got to share it with George Washington, who founded the whole country. He doesn't get a day either. He's got to share it with Lincoln. But if they would have sucked each other's dicks, they would have got a whole month.
Rob Schneider offended a lot of.
You see that video? I mean, it's bananas.
You ever notice that Donald Trump wasn't a racist until he became president? I always joke and say Donald Trump was friends with black people. I don't even lie. He was never racist. Did you know that him and Jesse, Jack?
You see that video?
Oh, they make some actually pretty cool stuff. I got Diane one.
All right.
Bomb, Iran. Bomb, bomb, Iran.
Whatever the hell that is.
Bomb,
I'm not sure what that last thing was.
Gen X, these people just don't know what they've done. You've woken up Gen X. I mean, you just don't understand what you've done. Gen X, their first lesson in science was to take a magnifying glass and angle it just so the sun comes through it and torch live bugs, burn them to death. These people literally spent their childhood beating the shit out of each other just to be best friends for life after. I mean, pain doesn't exist for these people. They would play tackle football in the middle of the street on the concrete and then yell car when a car was coming. I mean, while kids today are eating sour candy as a challenge, Gen X literally impressed girls by putting cigarettes out on their tongue. They would literally take a lighter and heat up the metal on the top of a lighter and then turn it upside down and burn their skin just because they wanted a smiley face tattoo. I mean, you're talking about a whole generation of people that rode around in cigarette smoke-filled cars with no seatbelts, let alone airbags. These people grew up being borderline tortured. When they got in trouble, their parents would send them outside to pick a switch, a long, skinny stick that was flexible enough to cut through the air and cut flesh. If they did not pick a suitable switch, they were made to go get another one, and it just got worse. And then, if they ever hurt themselves and fell off their bike and scraped their knee or whatever, they would wear these wounds like badges of honor. And even though we hurt ourselves, we would then go inside to see our parents, and they would pour peroxide on that shit. It would bubble and sizzle and turn all red. We wore that shit like badges of honor. Gen X was wild. We would have 4th of July. We would shoot Roman candles at each other, bottle rockets and shit. While y'all are standing 30 and 40 feet back from whoever set the fireworks off, we were in the middle of that shit, usually turning it upside down and shooting it in our pockets. I mean, Gen X has cheated death our entire life.
All
we wanted to do was sleep and rest. And you goofy bastards have made it absurd enough to live on this rock that we are coming out of retirement just to burn this bitch down to spite you, and then hopefully we can go back to sleep. If not, we'll stay awake and we'll just keep the fire going because Gen X don't quit. Y'all gonna learn one of these days.
You Gen X.
Yeah, I've got you on speakerphone. Go ahead. Yeah, since you called out sick today, I'm going to need your doctor's note to excuse you for the day. I appreciate your candor, but I respectfully decline your request to get a doctor's note as I'm not in need of medical attention.
Ready, set,
This
go.
is funny. This is funny.
Ready, set,
No way, that little dog ate those.
You said no fucking way.
You know what?
That's because stupid dog stepped on one up. He could eat it.
ready.
My grandma says the only two things in life that you worry about, whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're gonna get better, whether you're gonna get worse. You get better.
There's no way I'm getting on that gravel with my bad knees. You got to check this out. Tell me that's not the coolest thing you ever seen. I just plopped right down there. This thing holds a ton of weight. I can do whatever I want. And then the cool part about it, it's got a little tool bag you can put on the side like that. And then watch this. I have trouble getting up. I'm getting old. Pow, straight up. And look at this. You got a little stool. You can sit on it any way you want to work on stuff. This thing's bad, Earl. If you know anybody that's got trouble.
All right, that's good for you. That's when we gave somebody. Uh-oh.
Come here, buddy. I missed you too.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. Really?
I missed you too.
Yeah, that's insane. This doesn't look good. It's just like doing all that guy.
You guys see some bombs or something explode on this one?
We were talking about this like 8 months ago. It's like Americans love the bomb shit. Don't piss us off. Leave us alone. People love the bomb shit. Like the thing club. It started in fucking lawn darts. That's what they call it. You know? Man, doing things 1800s.
That got a fortress. Lord. I have 22. What the hell was that?
It looks like that's what it says.
Wow. Can you imagine chasing an F-22 and
She thinks you can land
vertical, and then it goes behind you.
She thinks you can
while
land.
it's letting off flares right in front of you. I bet most pilots would crash or piss in their flight suits.
Yeah, a lot of them would. Well, there's not that many of them with the kind of experience that the pilots have, the American pilots have.
Yeah, not even nearly enough. Yeah.
Oh, let's see what Kennedy has to say.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Land on the sun if you go at night.
Got him!
If you hate cops just because of the cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. Always be yourself, unless you suck. Goat's milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating. If you don't believe that, you probably peaked in high school. I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die. Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid.
Also.
Sell crazy somewhere else. We're all stocked up here.
That's right.
Somebody at the White House has been smoking the devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Cry harder, princess. I mean, words can't express how much I don't care. She thinks you can land on the sun if you go at night.
Yes. I know.
Got him!
If you hate cops just because of the cops.
It's a new guy. Yeah,
It's funny as shit.
It's okay. It's okay. Here, stop. I see it. I'll try to get you out of this can. And in the naked light I saw.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, just think of the new Rich Simmons to this.
This is a sign of yeast growth. This husky was caught every afternoon dragging the cat's small plush bed across the living room and placing it in the brightest patch of sunlight. The owner was confused by what appeared to be a weird game of keep away or a clumsy attempt to claim the cat's territory. Instead of lying in the bed himself, the husky would simply sit next to it, guarding the spot as if waiting for a specific moment to arrive. To the owner, it looked like a classic case of a high-energy dog being a nuisance to the household's quietest resident. They spent weeks scolding the husky and moving the bed back to its original corner, but the dog remained relentless in his daily routine. One night, the owner decided to check the footage from the kitchen cam to understand the husky's obsession with that specific patch of sun. The recording didn't show a bully. It showed a patient, observant friend who was paying closer attention to the family's needs than anyone else in the house. The footage revealed that the husky wasn't trying to claim the bed for himself or steal the cat's comfort. He was systematically waiting until the intense afternoon sun had fully heated the plush fabric of the cushion to the perfect temperature. The moment the bed was warm to the touch, the husky would let out a soft, low woof directed toward the hallway. Seconds later, the family's senior, arthritic cat would slowly limp into the room, heading straight for the sun-drenched cushion. The husky wasn't stealing the bed. He was preheating it for his older friend so she could nap in total, soothing warmth that eased her aching joints. He wasn't a thief. He was a silent...
Did you see that video? No, it's bananas.
I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait for it.
We don't share an allegiance because I'm black. Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language, and that's the English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty, undivided, explicitly for the United States of America.
Here it comes.
If that ain't what the fuck you about, then you ain't about what I'm about. Being an American, first and only, honey. Not nothing in front of it, not no stipulations behind it. We not the same.
What did he say?
Did you see that video? No.
I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait for it.
We don't share an allegiance because I'm black.
Let me out of here.
Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language, and that's the English language. And he said
there you go.
That's one. Yeah, no, that's
Old
one.
fuckers club.
Yeah, I want that. Maybe I that damn hat. This is all good. Oh.
Where?
There he is.
Yeah. They probably got in trouble for that.
American fighter jets. They're not
How
doing
can a
shit.
missile destroy an entire drone swarm without even exploding? It just crosses their path and they fall from the sky. This is the Raytheon Coyote Block 3, and it defies the laws of traditional warfare. Most air defense systems use explosives to destroy a target, but if you shoot a bullet, you lose that bullet forever. So US engineers built a non-kinetic weapon. Instead of a warhead, it carries a high-power microwave. Think of it as a flying EMP. As it flies past the enemy swarm, it blasts out invisible jamming waves. It fries their circuits instantly, leaving the hardware intact, but the brain dead. And the best part? Since it doesn't blow up, it turns around and lands safely to reload. Infinite ammo, zero waste. How can a missile destroy an entire...
That's us. That's right.
Florida rednecks aren't your Florida rednecks aren't your average country folk. They're an entirely different species of human. In Okeechobee, there's always 100 guys with sunburnt shoulders, fishing line in their truck beds, and tattoos that say, "Only God can judge," spelled wrong. He owns 4 lawnmowers, none of which cut grass, and his idea of date night is wings at the gas station and watching a thunderstorm from the tailgate. Over in Levy County, people drink Busch Light like it's hydration, race airboats in ditches, and use "my cousin's ex-boyfriend" as a legal defense. The town motto might as well be, "It's not illegal if you're barefoot." Baker County rednecks don't do brunch. They do biscuits on a bake cooler, served with a side of court dates and fireworks. You'll see a lifted Silverado with truck nuts, a rebel flag sticker, and a baby car seat in the back that's just a bucket. Pasco County? That's Florida's Wild West. Everyone's got a pit bull named Diesel, a DUI story they're proud of, and an ATV with 0 brakes but a Bluetooth speaker blaring Morgan Wallen. And in Hardy County, someone's always trying to fry something that shouldn't be fried, like gator tail in a popcorn maker or squirrel meat on a George Foreman. The line between a barbecue and a crime scene is one phone call. Every one of these dudes has at least one uncle who built his own zip line into a canal. They've all got a favorite gas station for beef jerky, and they don't trust you if you've never owned a mud truck or shot a snake with a BB gun, just to see what would happen. Florida rednecks.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Gaza wasn't seized by Israel like India or Kenya was by the British Empire, and the partitioning of the region wasn't decided by Jews, but by a vote of the United Nations in 1947, with everyone from Russia to Haiti voting for it. But apparently they don't teach this at Drag Queen Story Hour anymore. It is true that for too long, we didn't study enough Asian or African or Latin American history. But part of the reason for that is, frankly, there's not as much to study. Colleges replaced courses in Western Civ. They replaced that with world civilization classes, which is fine in theory, but what it meant in practice is you read queer poetry of the African diaspora instead of Shakespeare. And I'm sure there's value in both. But as usual, America only ever overcorrects. And so we're at this place now where the words Western Civ became kind of a shorthand for white people ruined everything. Gaza wasn't seized by Israel like India or Kenya was by the British Empire, and the partitioning of the region wasn't decided by Jews, but by a vote of the United Nations.
90% of people don't know the difference between England, Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and the British Isles. Let's understand it. The entire region in Europe is called the British Isles, which includes 2 major islands. The island on the left is called Ireland, and the island on the right is called Great Britain.
You know, we always talk about Greenland.
250
You have to hear this.
In my household, you got Martin Luther King, you got Jesus, and you got Donald Trump.
Wait a minute. Why you got Donald Trump?
Because I paid attention in school, and so I know the true history of both the Republican and Democratic Party. I know that they really didn't switch during the Nixon Southern strategy, that one became more clever than the other in dealing with black people. Every civil rights legislation that ever has been passed in this country was authored, written, sponsored, and voted on 100% by Republicans and not Democrats. I remember being 6, 7 years old and seeing Donald Trump receiving an award from the NAACP. He engaged and interacted in our culture. So for me to grow up now and then hear the media, because before the media started saying he was racist, I never heard a black leader say it.
You have to hear this.
In my household, you got...
Yeah, this is pretty bad. We're probably looking at a whole tear off, maybe even new gutters too at this point.
Before you start planning a whole rebuild, just give me 1 second.
What do you...
How much did it cost to send 4 B-2 bombers to Iran?
The police don't want you to know this.
You see the difference?
I found if a conservative is gay, they live their life and respect other people's choices. If a liberal is gay, they demand respect, even if it has to be legislated. If a conservative is a vegan, they don't eat meat. If a liberal is a vegan, they want to ban meat products for everyone.
It's right there. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Go ahead and those last one.
Oh God!
You really got regular house, man.
Funny. Oh my God!
What in the world happened? Oh, Milo, are you okay? Did you drop this out?
Yeah, I love the cat. Can't put it on.
That's funny. Uh-oh. Cat's like, fuck it, I'm going. There we go.
Yeah, what we got?
Bye. That's fake. That's fake.
That's what happens when you miss your target.
Moving water is not impossible. It can be done. Others have done it. The Romans did it with first-century technology. Some of their aqueducts are still in use. The Incas, the Minoans, the Egyptians, lots of ancient people did it. China does it now. Beijing depends on water that is provided by their massive South-North Water Transfer Project, which was begun in December of 2002, and of course, being China, completed the next day. But in America, we don't even start because we know. Why would it be any different from any other ambitious project, like Afghanistan, that always just turns into a giant money grab? We tried to build high-speed rail. They finally pulled the plug on that because the cost got so out of hand. That's why nothing ever gets done in this country, because so much bullshit is built into everything that it's a boondoggle before it starts. This is our tragic flaw. Moving water is not impossible.
There once was a truck with an ugly frame. Its angle sharp and it looked so lame. The people wondered who's to blame. The man who goes to Mars. All hail the Cybertruck, a brick on wheels that frankly sucks. They call it sleek, but there once was a...
Not sure if you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls.
Do you know what the most expensive metal on the planet is? Its price is so high that even billionaires can't afford it. In fifth place is gold, a well-known precious metal widely used in jewelry and industry. Its price is around $50 per gram. In fourth place is iridium, which has high resistance to chemical attacks. This makes it essential for rocket engines and space satellites. The price of iridium is around $70 per gram. The third place goes to palladium, which is in high demand in the automotive industry, electronics, jewelry. Interestingly, every modern car contains an average of about 5 grams of this metal. The cost of palladium is approximately $100 per gram. In second place is rhodium, an extremely rare metal with an annual production of less than 1 ton. Its primary use is in the production of automobile catalysts, which reduce the emission of harmful gases from vehicles. The price of rhodium can reach up to $4,000 per gram. The absolute leader is osmium. With an annual production volume of only 100 kilograms, osmium is almost impossible to purchase, and its cost exceeds $100,000 per gram. Do you know what the most
Did you see that?
I asked my friend's little girl what she wanted to be when she grows up. She said she wanted to be the President of the United States. Both of her parents, liberal Democrats, were standing there. So I asked her,
wait for it,
if you were president, what would be the first thing you would do? She replied, I'd give food and houses to all the homeless people. Her parents beamed. Wow, what a worthy goal, I told her. But you don't have to wait until you're president to do that. You see, you can come over to my house right now and you can mow the lawn, pull weeds, and sweep my driveway, and I'll pay you $50. Then I'll take you over to the grocery store where that homeless guy hangs out, and you can give him the $50 to use toward food and a new house. She thought that over for a few seconds. Then she looked me straight in the eye and asked, why doesn't the homeless guy come over and do the work and you can just pay him the $50?
What did he say?
I said, welcome to the Republican Party.
Did you see that?
He asked my friend.
You working in a car in a dark area? Check this out.
No, we out of here. Y'all bad playing all this crap on here. All I was trying to find was some AOC stuff. Oh, what is it? Oh, here we go.
Well, it is dark out, so she might be on the sun, Joe.
Yeah, she might have landed on the sun. That is true.
Yeah.
How dumb.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's just like, how does that even make any sense? If you're going to go to the sun, go at night. When
There's no... I know I'm about 9 fries short of a Happy Meal. But they
she's way worse than any of us, for sure.
She probably don't have no fries in her Happy Meal.
I think the kind of lunacy that she possesses would described as there's the engine's running, but there's no one at the wheel.
Yeah, you could go that way. She just, I don't know. I can't even watch her on the internet. I get sick. I'm like, my God, are you dumb?
I mean, but they've been saying it for years. Even second year and third year senators and all still don't get it. They're like, tax the rich, tax the rich. Do they even look at the tax schedules and see how much more income tax comes from rich people than like middle income people?
No,
it's like three-quarters. It's like 3/4 of the budget of the U.S. budget per year comes from rich people's pockets from the money they earn each year. So how are they not carrying? They're carrying 3/4 of the country. That's just $1 million on up. That's the highest tax bracket. Everyone below is being carried by them. Anybody should be saying who's paying their fair share. It's not us. Not the middle income people, not the poor people.
Don't give them ideas, Jay.
We all
Just
should
saying,
have good ideas.
It's a classic case of the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, but you probably got somebody in the government watching our show now and come up with that idea and start taxing the shit out of us.
They already are taxing the shit out of
Not
us.
as much as all rich people.
Well, thank God to Trump, yeah.
I'm still waiting for my $2,000 check.
Well, I don't know that we're going to be getting that. I
No,
wouldn't hold
no.
out. I would. I'll bet you. If we do get it, it's going to be after some huge boom. Like if things go wonky in Iran and he takes over the whole country, maybe there'll be some stimulant checks coming then. But
he don't want to take over Iran, Jay. He's giving it back to the
No, I know he
people.
doesn't. I'm just saying if things go, way funky over there, they have been saying that, we're going to regret what's going to happen. And, you kind of got to give a little leeway to that. What if they're not bluffing and they have one hat trick up their sleeve and they're just waiting to bait all of our Navy in, and then boom, that hat trick goes off, and then now we're without a Navy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm tired. No, they changed our work schedule at work now. Instead of starting at 10, I'm starting at 11. That sucks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I got to run home after work and just not even eat. Just come up and do my show.
Wow.
Which is on why did the Irish come to America? And how they were treated.
Yeah, not very well.
They're the original slaves.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
Well, no, they're not. But anyway,
Yes, they are.
Dude, the original slaves date back like 10,000 years. When you get right into it, everybody always talks about this color, that color, this color. Well, the Romans, even the Persians, kind of liked white slaves. They took a lot of them. And then you go back even further than that. But slavery's been around forever. Mostly through conquering countries, like when, the Greeks conquered. Whoever they conquered was a slave. Didn't matter what color they were. It just mattered they were conquered. Same thing with the Romans. Did the same thing. The Egyptians and the Persians did the same thing. They didn't.
And the successful armies that we saw go across both the Middle East and Asia, when they conquered a people, they didn't destroy the army. They're like, look, you work for us now. You teach us your tricks or die. And so they not only took over these people, they also adapted their fighting styles too. So, as Alexander went, he picked up different types of skills, pikemen and swordsmen and shield people. That's how different tactics were, what is that thing the Roman legions made? It was like a turtle when they put all the shields together. Those kind of things came from Alexander. And if you don't adapt to the people you conquer, the next person you fight is probably going to kick your ass.
Joe, are you alive?
Yeah, I am. I'm just answering a question somebody sent me.
So it was some of the tactics that Alexander did were just on his part brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I'm tired. I know we only got about 20 minutes left, but I ain't gonna make it, guys. I'm
All right,
really,
man.
really tired. All right. So
Yep.
everybody,
What you doing
good
with your
night.
pregnant self?
I am just like not feeling good. I'm tired. So
He's bailing.
I'm bailing.
Yes, we're gonna have to give him. We're gonna have to get him a girlfriend who gives whatchamacallit massages,
Uh-huh.
prostate
Yep.
massages. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Good night, guys.
That'll
Good
keep
night,
him
Sean.
awake. I bet you. I bet you.
it'll definitely keep him up.
I'd be like, it's me. What's going on, man? Come on.
I don't know if it'll keep him awake, but it'll certainly keep him up.
Oh, hey, Kevin, I didn't even see you in there. No, I was off answering somebody who sent me this stupid image of Trump with a bunch of kids and little babies and stuff, which is absolutely not true. That hasn't come from anything. Well, it wasn't in the 3 million and it wasn't in the 56,000. So, it's a lie. Pictures like these, he'd already be in jail. They'd have came and arrested him. Even his DOJ would have had to come arrest him.
I can't believe it. They're still squawking about this, including the allegations of the 13-year-old that was attacked by allegedly Trump and Epstein. These things weren't in the Epstein files. These are allegations that came out, extant of the Epstein files, and there's no basis for them. There's no body. There's no witness. There's no crime to litigate here. So it's just they are at a loss to try to get Trump out of office. So they're going to keep trying until something sticks. It's like, when you cook spaghetti, how do you know when it's done? You throw it out the wall. When it sticks to the wall, it's ready.
I know. Well, it's true. Al dente.
Yeah.
No, it's like the true thing. People, when you're cooking pasta, if you throw it up there and it just sticks, the whole thing sticks. It's ready to eat.
If it hits the wall and falls right off, it's not ready. It isn't cooked through enough. When it's at perfect al dente temperature, you throw it at a cold wall, 1 or 2 noodles, it'll stick to the. You don't want to eat those noodles, but it's done.
Yeah, if you got a clean wall, what does it matter? Heron,
yeah, probably not.
Al dente just means ready,
crunchy
cooked.
In the middle.
It just means it's ready to eat. People like pasta different ways. Some people like their pasta mushy. Some people like it kind of hard. I like mine somewhere in the middle. I don't want it real mushy, but I don't want it real hard either. Stuffed manicotti, man. Oh my God. 3 cheeses, manicotti shells, homemade red sauce for it. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Those are good too. Yeah. Nice, soft, mushy food.
Well, so we use ricotta, mozzarella. I forget the other one right now, but we use the 3 of them. We blend them together and stuff them. We'll add a little of our own seasoning in there. Being a counasse or couillon, can't really help myself. I got to add some in there, but we'll add a little seasoning in there, and then we'll stuff them up, and then we'll make our own sauce and put and everything. And then right on the top of it, we'll put a layer of cheese and put it back in the oven and let it melt the cheese to where it's kind of crispy and hard on top. Yeah, it's fucking good. Oh yeah, man, you be eating.
You see, ideally, Kevin, you take the pasta noodles and you throw them over where the dog's food bowl is, and when they fall off the wall, it goes into his bowl. He'll just lick them up and eat them later on.
Yeah, or jump up there.
You don't have to pull the oven away from the wall and get them out off the floor.
Well, if you're looking like spaghetti noodles, they tend to want to leave a starch residue on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it dries, sometimes it'll leave the outline of the pasta.
And rotini pasta, if you throw them at the wall, they're just spirals. They're screws. They'll just roll right off the wall.
Pork loin. It's pork loin quesadillas. It's easy. If you want, you can bake the pork loin in the oven like you would do. You were going to cook it and then slice it up. But what I like to do is I like to slice it up in thin little strips about that long, about that fat. And then I'll cook it in with some garlic, some onion, some bell pepper, a couple other seasonings in there, and then some slap your mamas, and mix it all up, and then add a little bit of liquid in it, touch of real butter, and I have this queso stuff I mix into it too to give it a more slippery feel. And while you get that simmering, you just take I used a big, so put it in there, put some butter in the pan, take it out, put it on a thing, do it to the other one. Take it off the fire, throw the quesadilla in there, put all your shit in there. You have 2 options: put a whole one on top, make it like a pizza, or flip it over and fill it. But at that moment, when you get everything in it, you take your cheese, whatever you're using. We usually use a queso, sometimes a queso with a pepper jack, and put a nice layer of cheese in there, fold it over, and get it down, push it down, then pull it back on the fire because you don't want it to over crisp the thing until you're ready to cook it. And then give it a good minute and a half, squish it down real good, then flip it over, and then everything will give about another minute, everything will be good and juicy and melty, and then take your little pizza cutter, whoosh, 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 get out 4 out of each one. Or if you put now when you do it as a whole piece, the whole 10-inch piece, and you put another one on top of it, you got to make sure some of the cheese is melted before you try to flip it, or else it's going to be a disaster. Shit's going to go everywhere. But you do that, and you flip it over and then let it cook real good. Set it down, take your pizza cup. It's ready.
Yeah, I love me a good quesadilla. The problem with quesadilla is I can only do half a case.
Yes, yeah, half a case, like 140. What is that? 66? What's half 144? 77. Yeah.
Well, the full gross is 144.
Yeah, that's what I said. Half is a case of 77. What Jackson? Jackson Brown. Jackson Hewitt. No, quesadillas are good. I mean, you can make one. So look, you can make quesadillas with anything.
Basically, just grilled cheese and whatever you want to put inside of it. You can
do
cheese.
I do cheese. So a lot of times when I do cheese, I'll take some Rotel tomatoes. I put the Rotels in anything in it anyway, the other stuff. But I'll take some good cheese and put some Rotels in there, and with a little bit of touch of garlic, and just put it in there. Whoosh, 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 and then cut it up.
You can do breakfast quesadillas. Scrambled egg,
we do them all the time.
Fried egg over easy. You fill it with whatever stuffings you want.
I make a soft scrambled egg with. Like the other day, I made a Spanish omelet, which is bell pepper egg, a little bit of spinach, and usually some type of spicy tomato inside of it, and then a little bit of either ham. We use ham for the Spanish and sausage for any of the others, and they fucking are fabulous. No, I don't fry the wraps and those. I just heat them up normally, and we only use flour tortillas. I used to eat the corn ones, but the corn ones have gotten coarse lately. Oh, I can make it good. Well, I actually have a quesadilla machine, but so I can cook both sides at the same time. But I like to do it now. We got a lot of different frying, a lot of different sizes. So I love them, and they make a great snack, and they don't take that long to make. And actually, you can put anything inside you want to. Shrimp is always good. Steak is always good.
Steak quesadillas are probably besides just like cheese, are probably the best I've ever had. And I find if you're gonna do like chicken, the main problem with people with chicken is they marinate it long enough, and they usually don't use enough spice because chickens are it's rather greasy. It's not absorbent like beef, so it kind of actually repels most spices. So if you want it to soak in the spice, it's usually overnight. So if you want to do like spicy taco meat in chicken, marinate it in those spices in a Ziploc bag overnight in the refrigerator, 24 hours minimum, and then you usually have a good product. I've gone to so many. I could be a food critic. I've gone to so many different Mexican restaurants, and I'm not a big fan of chicken tacos because I try their tacos and they always taste like raw chicken with like just tomato slapped on it. It's like chicken cacciatore, which isn't a famous Italian dish. I don't really care for it because it's really just basically chicken soup on the bone.
Nah, beef tacos are really.
It really is. I mean,
I don't even like steak tacos. Beef tacos are always the best. But
yeah,
quesadillas, I'll eat any kind of quesadilla. It's but this pork loin is actually better than steak, and I was surprised. It's just an all around better flavor. And it's so tender. The only thing that would be equivalent to it would be a filet mignon if you were to cook a steak. I mean, it's tender. It literally melts in your mouth when you're eating.
The pulled pork at Chipotle, I forget what they call it.
Yeah, you could use that too.
It's a little spicy. I can't eat it. It makes my head sweat too much.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you can make your own pulled pork and put it in. You can put anything in between those wraps that you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, remember, you always want it to have a little juice in it. Okay. So whatever you cook, make sure. So if you're going to do like the old school way where you put all the vegetables and you brown your meat and you put the vegetables and meat together, you cook it all down. Make sure you got something in there that's going to leave you enough liquid so for how many ever you're making, so you can at least put it across the layer of the quesadilla of the whatever you call it, damn things, the shells. And you put a layer, you take the liquid, you put it across there. And then you stack your stuff on. And then, like I said, I got this quesadilla sauce. You can actually use that for layer 2. And if you want to cheat, you can always use like a cheese dip, like a Tostitos cheese dip or any of those kind, which you dip your your chips in. You can take a spoonful and throw it down on the just throw it down in the taco shell itself and just smooth around and stack all your shit on top of it. And either fold it in half. Always remember to add your cheese last thing now. Well, I used to add my cheese first thing, but then it made a round ring of cheese through the thing and didn't cover the rest of it. Yeah, so you gotta add it last. I put a lot of cheese in, at least a half inch across everything, sometimes more than that. Well, so my quesadillas always be about this thick between the meat and the cheeses and the vegetables. Most Mexicans use the basic bell pepper, onion, garlic, and a couple of little powdered things. That's about it. Because you don't really need that much, because the meat itself is going to be seasoned that you're putting in there. You mean soft shell? So 20, 25 seconds in the microwave makes them nice and soft and good. So if you're ever in a hurry and you want to make a quick egg sandwich or something, take an egg out in a little milk, put it in a cup, when the cup's about this big around, whip it together, throw some salt and pepper in it, throw it in the microwave for 1 minute, 10 seconds. It comes out perfect. It'll come out round, fluffy. You just take it out and set it on any sandwich you want. And what we do is we cut the ham or the sausage, whatever, to match it. So boom, boom, boom. Put your toast on, your bagel on, your English muffin, whatever you want. It's fucking fabulous. And it's the easiest way to make a scrambled egg, and they come out perfect almost every time. Just don't try to do more than one at a time. Because you gotta get the timing correct if you're gonna do more than one, or it'll all be liquid inside the middle of it.
Well, it's roughly about a minute an egg. So if you want to make a bowl of scrambled eggs, you can crack 3 eggs, scramble them in a bowl, microwave safe bowl, a little bit of milk and whatever, and then it's about I usually do like a minute and 3 seconds, take it out, stir it, minute and 3 seconds, take it out, stir it, minute and 3 seconds, take it out, stir it, and then check if after that 3 minutes it's still kind of soupy. Go 30 seconds, go 40 seconds, and see what you get. And
you don't
I guarantee you they're the fluffiest eggs you'll ever get.
Yeah, they're fabulously fluffy. You don't want to overcook them though, because they'll get like fucking rubber.
Yeah.
Even your dog will be looking at it like, well, that's a hockey puck. What you want me to do with that? No, I mean, they're easy. It's fast. Well, you can. So if you've got like cooked sausage or cooked ham already, little bits of sausage, you can throw them. I would wait about 60 seconds, then throw the sausage in it and cook it for maybe another 70 seconds. That way the sausage are like little chocolate chips all throughout the egg. The egg's cooked and away you go. It's perfect. And it's delicious. To be honest with you, I usually just put salt and pepper in it. I don't like to get too fancy because I don't want to over liquid it. Because then you got to fuck with how you cook it. Well, it just makes it take longer. That's all. You can I add Rotels. A scoop of Rotels is good at anything. I mean, so, all right, people. Rotels are good, but remember, for everybody above the Mason-Dixon line, mild Rotels. Because mild Rotels do have some spice, but they are mild. When they say medium, be careful because they ain't exactly. If they say hot, just fucking leave them alone.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just like that. I mean, yeah, if you like it, it's fine. But Rotels are it's tomatoes and pepper, and probably a jalapeno or something, a little juice. It adds to anything. And just, remember, don't make it as overpowering. Use a scoop or 2 scoops. You'll figure out what you like. But I'll put the Rotels in a lot of things, but we keep pre-cut bags of vegetables around for different kind of things. I have this thing I make. It's a 14 vegetable and beef. It's fucking fabulous, man. Well, I make it sometimes just one way, and then sometimes I make a cream sauce for it. Oh man. And it's all vegetables. Everything in it's vegetables. You don't even have to add the meat if you want to. Just the cheese and vegetables is usually enough. But I like some kind of meat in there. Yeah, man. So Tabasco's good. Right now I'm using Lulu's Lola. I like it because it's a good hot sauce. It's made out of ghost peppers, but it's not overly hot. And it has a little garlic tang to it, like a back flavor. Instead of that nasty vinegar taste you get out of most hot sauces. This has got a nice little garlic twang to it. So, don't get crazy. It's fine. If you put a cap, a little drinkle in a cap, like 1 drip, 2 drips, and something like even an egg, it's good. 3, 4, oh no, it's hot. But you got to remember, it is ghost peppers after all. Yeah, I grow my own peppers. Matter of fact, I got some sitting on my table. I got to go finish. Got to get a mortar out and crush them to dust. They're hot. Oh, they fucking hot. I didn't think they were that hot. The first one I let sun dry and I took a little piece off and threw it in my mouth. The fucker was hot. I was like, Jesus. We've used them for cooking. Rotels are good. Rotels is just a cheat. It's an easy, and I'm sure there's other good mixed tomatoes like that, but these aren't stewed tomatoes. People just cut up tomatoes and basically in water with some seasoning and some pepper in it, and then you determine the level of hot you want. Well, the coon ass is cheap. I mean, they got a lot of different. Like I just said, slap your mom. Slap your mom's like I think 9 or 10 different seasonings. Tony Chachere's has got all kinds. You just got to watch though. A lot of these seasons have a lot of sodium in them, so be careful when you're using them. And if you're going to use any of those, don't use salted butter because it may come out too salty.
Oh God, yeah. I was one day. I just was hankering for it, and now I can make my own shepherd's pie. But I was trying to make it, on the fly. So I figured, Dinty Moore beef stew and mashed potatoes. I'll try it. See what I got. Just jumbo. I mean, 32.64. I was, coffee can size thing of beef stew, Dinty Moore beef stew. And I cooked it and I started eating. I didn't read the label. It had been like 30 or 40 years since I had it. And I started eating it and it was just like all salty. And I looked at the can, it was like of 1,000 milligrams of salt just in that can.
They have to put a lot in this can to help preserve them.
It's horrible.
After I got that stint back when I was younger, after that I started paying attention to what I was eating. But every now and then I still got to go get a good fucking quarter pound. I can't help myself. Or a double from Wendy's or something. Yeah, but we don't eat a lot of hamburger around here. No. Well, Linda had a gallbladder move, so she can't eat beef at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you live by the Gulf as close as you do, and you're not getting at least one decent seafood meal a week, someone ought to slap you.
Yeah, we try to get in at least 2 a week.
Even better, 2 a week.
Yeah, well, we picked up the other day. We picked up some catfish, 2 things of shrimp. I think we had a bag of shrimp, and we picked up some salmon. And salmon's not really expensive down here.
Where do you get your shrimp down there? Vinny bag of shrimp?
Well, you can shrimp wherever you want. So, even out of season, they have shrimp down here. So you go to the locals Harvest Market and get them $2 a pound, $3 a pound.
They're kind of a pain in the ass to catch, aren't they?
No, not if you got a boat. They're not.
Yeah, you have to have a net and a rigging system. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have that,
So no, you can catch them like when they run through here through my bayou. If you got a good whatchamacallit net,
dip net.
No, these are seine nets. No, not seine. They hell, I can't remember what you call them. But anyway, you just take them and you throw them out, and they fan out and drop in the water.
Oh yeah,
I can't for the life of me. It's out of my head. It went out of my head, but we all grew up with them. So
casting net,
yeah. And so when the shrimp come up in here and they're heavy, you can cast out there and get all the shrimp you want. And there's other places you can go find them, but unless you've got a decent, 18-foot boat.
I've never tried that. We tried we were successful quite a few times. My dad, my brother, and I would go down. He would get us up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We'd head down towards the Chesapeake from Rockville. It's a 3-hour trip, and about 2.5, 3 hours in, we'd stop at this one sports store and buy dip nets. And it's shaped like a basketball net. It made out of and it's close to the bottom, and you put a chicken neck in the bottom, and when it gets to the bottom, it collapses into a flat, and there's a chicken neck in the middle, and then when you pick it up, it goes whoosh, like a bucket around whatever crabs or bottom feeders are on it, and we'd bring back close to a bushel, just the 3 of us, just doing that all afternoon.
So down here, that's the only thing you don't have to have a license for is a crab net, and you can put you can put melt in them, you put chicken necks, you put fish in it. Anyway, you toss it out there, let it sit a couple minutes, pull it up. The longer you sit, the more likely you're going to get more bigger crabs. But see, in my backyard, I have 6 pods. I don't have nets. I got pods. I had to go get a license for them. It's $5 pods. Jimmy, pods are they're metal cages basically, and you can fill them up with crabs. Fill them up with bait. If you put a lot of bait in them, you get a lot of crabs. Well, the blue crabs go right through my backyard, so it's not that complicated. Redfish back there, flounder back there, sheephead back there, drum. I mean, you name it, they're back there. And the speck tribe come run through here about 3 times a year. They come flying up in here. And it is good eating. Them fucking speck right out the Gulf and in that frying pan. Good eating. Yeah, crab nets are easy. So they allow you in Mississippi and Louisiana to use them with no license. You can go buy a dozen of them, sit on the side of the road. Same thing with crawfish nets. And but once you put pods in the water, they start regulating. Yeah, I was surprised because it's my backyard. I figured I'd put as many as I want, but they said 6. Yeah. I'm gonna get my neighbor to get a pass too, and then we'll have 12 of them out there. Well, see, the crabs are funny. You got to know. So when you put your traps out, you put one closer to shore, one a little ways out, and then one out in the middle where it's deep. And because they move. Sometimes they're in the deep water. Depends how hot it is. Sometimes they're in the shallow water. Also depends where the food is. Oh man, you put a good. I think they like fish the best out of everything. But you can use anything. Crawfish like melt. That's the inside lining of a cow's stomach. Yeah, they cut it. Oh man, yeah. When we tell you a big secret to catching crawfish, you put the melt in it, you squeeze it real good, get the blood all over it, and then when you set it down, you take your foot and you stomp it down into the mud. And then if you don't stomp it down, you're not gonna get near as many crawfish. If you stomp it down in the mud like that, it squishes everything around, man. That thing will fill up in no time at all. You just gotta watch. Sometimes I pulled them up with like 4 or 5 big turtles in them. I pulled them up full of snakes before. That's why you use a long pole. Everybody thinks you use that long pole so you don't scare the crawfish. Use that long pole so you get snake bit. Most of the time we don't use it. We tow the pirogue behind us. We're usually wearing hip boots walking through the water and getting the traps. You can do it at the boat, but standing up and sitting up and down in a boat in pirogues or canoes is risky business, especially in shallow water. Yeah, well, you don't know there's all kinds of cypress knees and cypress stumps underneath there and shit. You gotta be careful with that. I used to go crawfishing every weekend. Yeah, we'd come home with a sack, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Because my grandpa knew where all the crawfish were. Once you knew where they were, you could go. But there was just places still to this day, once or twice a year, you can go pick off the ground 3, 4 sacks easy. The whole area is just, they're crossing the highway. They're just tons of them. They used to just let people run them over. Now they don't. Now you got to go around. Yeah, a day or two, they'll just take over the area. They're crossing from one swamp to the other. And for whatever reason they do it, And there is shit. But we got to go because it's past our bedtimes anyway.
Oh, no.
Oh, I wanted to tell Sean something he left. I didn't get to tell him to see him. But anyway, I thank everyone for tuning in to whatever the name of this show is. Your Mama's a Crazy Person show. So, Jamie, what you said we're going to name it? Slap Your Mama. That might be a copyright issue. I'm not sure. Come to the Slap Your Mama show. I don't know.
Do you notice that Sean Hannity has a new show that's similar to ours named, what does he call his, like The Lounge or something like that?
Yeah, fag boy, queer boy. No, he's not fag boy, he's queer boy. I told y'all we're taking back gay and queer, and I've been working good at it too. I've even got on other companies and friends of mine on other networks. Because queer means weird. Gay means happy.
Not homosexual.
Yes. And Sean Hannity is queer. He's weird. Jesse, I'm from New Orleans, born and raised, and I've done a lot of traveling around the country, around the world. Now I'm in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast, right outside of Pass Christian, about half a block from the ocean. You can see the beach from my yard, because the bayou is between me and the ocean. Yeah, so there's some bayou, some land, and then the ocean. Yeah, it's a nice place to live. It's peaceful for the most part. Getting a little noisy lately, but peaceful for the most part. But we're gonna get out. No, we don't have any more shows this week. You know, somebody asked me the other day if we'd start doing war updates, but frankly, there hasn't been all that much to update. No, I could do it 20 or 30 minutes or an afternoon, or any host that wanted to could, but it's there just hasn't been. Okay, we're gonna go blow some shit up. Oh, we're gonna go blow some more shit up. Oh, we're gonna go blow some more shit up. Oh, look, Iran said they weren't gonna blow nobody up. No. They say, oh, we're not gonna blow up any of our friends, and went right back to blowing up their fucking friends.
They've attacked 12. It's unprecedented. They've attacked more Arabic nations in the last 8 days than Israel has in the last 47 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the president today, not our president, the Iranian president, was saying earlier today, they were sorry for what happened. They weren't going to be attacking their allies anymore, their friends. And fuck that, they did it again. It just tells you can't trust anything. Well, Trump told them unconditional surrender. Whether that's unconditional usually means you're gonna have to take someone all the way down to their skivvies. Their knickers. Yeah, that's what they call it in England, knickers. So we found out today that England is not ready for a fight. They can't even field a fucking aircraft carrier or a destroyer.
What? When did this happen? When did they announce that?
Well, so the carrier they're getting ready to send the carrier to the Persian Gulf or somewhere over there, and the damn thing is not ready for deployments and all kind of issues. And they've got a destroyer that's going, but it's still in dock being worked on. It's not even ready. It's half their ships are not. I guess that's why they're letting us use their airports, because their ships seem to be as bad as Iran.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, they were the queen of the highways before with boats. I mean, they had the largest naval fleets for the longest time, and now I guess they've been dependent on us for so long. They just let their shit go to crap.
Actually, I think it's something else now, Daisies. I think it changed into something else. It's there've been a lot of that. Like there was there's one barbecue place down in Biloxi. It's changed owners like 3 times. For a while there, it was called Lucy's. And then the pass, you've got the Blind Tiger now. You've got Babylon. I can't remember the other one's name. And then you got a little Chinese restaurant. You've got Whiskey Station or something down there. And then there's a couple of other ones. And then, but everything's just kind of changed. And even Long Beach, most of the restaurants have changed names down, except for maybe the fast food. But they've added some decent restaurants down in Long Beach, but they've changed names too. And one of my neighbors owns one of the seafood restaurants in downtown Long Beach. Yeah, we're talking about cities with 15,000, 25,000 people in it. You don't get over 50 until you get into Gulfport and Biloxi. No, like Waveland, I think has about 8,000 in it. I think Bay St. Louis and Waveland combined is about 16 or 18,000, but yet has something like 20 pot shops in them. Yeah. Shaggy's is still there. Shaggy's is actually expanded. They're all over the fucking place. And I think there's 2 of them. There's one Gulfport, one in Biloxi. I can't and then there's one right here in the pass, in the harbor. The Blind Tiger had a place over here, but they just went back to the bay. But somebody's building something right here by the beach. It might be Shaggy's, might be BLT. I'm not sure which one it is, but the one of them, somebody's building something right there by the boat launch, right off the main highway. But anyway, we're past our time. We know that somebody else is on talking right now. I can't remember his name, Michael Pitt or something. Christopher
It's Sean
Hawk,
Hazlitt, isn't it?
Michael Jane Doe. Anyway, Sean who?
Sean Patrick Hazlitt.
Never heard of the guy.
Well, he's on.
He's on? Okay. Anyway, we got to go because he is actually on. He's on. He does Darkly, yes. He's always fun to listen to, so be sure to go check him out. We're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone again for tuning into United Public Radio and the chat. I hope you enjoyed the show. Of course, if you do have a homegrown bitch or great, please write to Michelle DeRocha. She says she has missed y'all, and she said she's so scared she's doing too good of a job now. Nobody wants to talk to her. Write to the woman. Tell her you love her. Anyway, on that note, good night and hang out with Darkly. Sean Madman Hazlitt. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Darkly. Shaggy's. Ooh.